Hello, America votes. Election special, AC3 live stream. Guys, I don't normally like to talk politics. I don't normally like to talk politics, but today is a very special day. It's, of course, the US election. This is a big one. And I like to say, you know, the beautiful thing about a country like America is you can have fair and democratic elections. This is the cornerstone of the American system. So, guys, I encourage everyone to put who they think will win. Let's tell you what we'll do. Let's get the super chats. Who do you think will win? That's right. Who do you think who will win? It's a very good question. Good question. And we want to know what your opinion is. We want to know what your opinion is. We've got some good news coming out of everywhere. We've got good news. We've got good news heading everywhere. I got a new Dirty Danny song has just come out. That's right. A new Dirty Danny song has just come out, and I'll be bringing that up soon for the punters. We want the punters to enjoy the where's it gone? Just trying to have a look. Where is the Dirty Danny song? What happened? Dirty Danny saying goodbye. It's not processed. Where's it gone? I don't know where it is. Just trying to find it, guys. Trying to find it. Find it. I don't know where it is. Where is it, guys? I'm trying to find the Dirty Danny. What's he done with this thing? Oh, here it is. It's coming. We'll get that song up and running for the show. Do you want to run it now? Let's run that fucker. Let me have a look here. I'm just going to run a few things. Let's get a few polls going. Let's get people on the stream again. Let's have a look. We've got, firstly, we've got the, we've got to pin the link. The link is pinned. Let's get a poll going. Who will win? Trump or Harris? That's exactly it, isn't it? It's a Trump or Harris, isn't it? You tell me what you think, guys. Trump or Harris? We've got the poll going now. Let's have a look. And I've also got a Dirty Danny. I got a Dirty Danny. I'm proud to be an American. If I get 10 super chats in the next hour, you betcha. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. That's exactly it. I'm proud to be an American. Now, we've got a song here from the Dirty Danny. Look at this. I'm just going to bring this up on the stream. Dirty Danny, final goodbye song to I haven't even heard this song yet. So it's a bit risque for me. Okay. Oh, fuck. Dirty Danny used to play the guitar. He turned out to be a real fucking cunt.
1 hour later.
Lady, boys, and gentlemen,
It is with my utmost pleasure that I introduce to you one of the greatest singer-songwriters and talented YouTube musicians of all time. Please give a warm Danny.
You burn friends.
Shit. Anyway, get up and do something. Look.
Hello, Archie.
G'day, Archie. It's Sirocco here, mate. Look, if I may interrupt, I fucking told you not to sit there in your dry rot hovel on your fat ass talking shit. Anyway, get up and do something before this bloody concrete boat sinks like the contents of your wallet at the rub end tug. Oh, and did I tell you? I fucking hated the narc's guts.
There you go. That's just a rehash. We got some super chats coming in fast and furious. We got Patel Philippe, $5. Thoughts on the Vacheron CPO program? Article up on monochrome. Let me tell you something about the CPO, certified pre-owned. I think it's fucked. You know that? You want to know the truth? I think it is totally fucked. Because Vacheron prices have fallen through the floor. That's right, guys. Vacheron VCs, what's the point when they have collapsed? What's the fucking point of all of this shit when it's all collapsed? Monochrome. Let's get monochrome up here. Let's go and have a look at this here. We got Sir Drew Peacock. Hey, how are you?
Greetings, Sir Archie. How are you?
Hey, who's going to win, Trump or Harris?
Trump, baby.
Trump. Okay. That doesn't mean you support them. I'm just asking you who you think is going to win. You could be a Democrat supporter.
Oh, I am a Democrat, but I voted Trump.
Okay. Okay. How are you been, my friend?
Working hard. Family's good. Everything is taken care of. I'm heading actually to the Masonic Lodge in my town for a meeting. So I'm just, walking over there. It's about a 30-minute walk. So
Just quickly here, I got Patel Philippe has paid me to review the Vacheron Constantine launches its certified pre-owned program. Certified pre-owned CPO. Okay, a couple brands that try. I don't think it's really worked. It thus with great interest that brands such as Rolex as well as now it's time for Vacheron to join. Well, Vacheron already had they had some vintage watches for sale. Okay, this is the CPO. I got to be honest with you. I can't see it doing that well. I think it's going to be a fucking disaster because Vacheron prices have gone through the floor.
Absolutely through the floor. And they're all over my Facebook Marketplace page.
Yeah, I mean, I love Vacheron as a brand. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say it was bad watch. They're beautiful watches.
Do you think it's
By
the
the
best
way,
time to buy one of these like the non-hype brands? Well, I can't
you
say
know what?
Vacheron is
I
non-hype,
would
but
be just holding on to cash. I think a lot of things, it could be getting a lot worse. Okay, I don't know. I think, honestly, personally, my own opinion is I would be holding back a bit. Okay?
my
I would be holding
buddy
back.
actually just bought his first Rolex. Actually, a brother of mine. He bought his first Rolex a week ago. It
Beautiful.
was the same Rolex that I first bought, actually, but he purchased it for about $2,300.
Here we go. Super chat.
$2,300 US.
Patel Philippe, $5 by Masonic Lodge. Drew means massage parlor in Flushing, Queens. You know how expensive those massage parlors are in Flushing, Queens? I don't think
I've
that's
never been to a
expensive.
massage parlor. I've never contracted those types of services.
We got Patel Philippe, $2. Drew, could AC3 join a secret society? Except I can't keep my mouth shut. That's kind of against the grain. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, you're free to do whatever you like, but Masons, we are a society with secrets, not a secret society.
Yes. Tell me this, Drew. What's going on in your world? You got a baby? How's baby going?
My daughter is good. My son is amazing. They're both in daycare. They're both in care. They're both in daycare, and
Yeah. How are you surviving? Is cost of living expensive in America?
I am very cheap. I am a really cheap bastard. And I work a lot. Like I squeeze as much overtime as I can get. I'm
Yeah.
always doing side jobs, like little repair jobs with my father, or maybe a power washing job. So I'm always hustling, and I save my money like no tomorrow. Unless I find a really a nice deal on a car, like a BMW, then I tend to be a bit irresponsible. But I save my money like no tomorrow. So that's how I'm getting ahead.
I got to tell you, man, I'm a bit worried about you. Um, what do you want to do in your life there, Drew? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a car? What do you want to do in your life?
Well, I'm always buying cars. A house will come when the time is right. I don't think the market is kind of in my favor, but I'm not worried. I'm doing really well, even for not making what maybe I don't know. I'm doing all right, and I'm holding all my resources. So I have zero debt, and zero student loans, nothing. So just responsibility, living a nice, boring family life. I mean, it's not boring at all. It's just the adult, being an adult.
We got another super chat from Little Dave, $2. A Trump victory would probably be better for super chats.
Oh, you're damn right. Absolutely.
Thank you so much there. I got no idea. With the U.S. political system itself, there, I have no idea what's what. Okay, I
Yeah.
can only try my best. That's all I can do.
Yes.
Try.
Yes. Just try your best. Vote for who you're going to vote for, and try not to let politics ruin the relationships that you have, because in the US it's just really divided right
Yeah,
now.
I don't like the dividedness. I think everyone should be free to vote for whoever they want, and you know, I I wish they didn't throw so much mud at each other. But hey, that's
Well, I mean, you can vote yourself into socialism, but you have to fight your way out. And people in America, there are too many uneducated, privileged people that can vote. I mean, they're a number on the ballot. So it's just, fighting brainwashing, believing in common sense, getting active and being vocal within your community. That's how you make a difference in America. You have to start
here we
small,
go. We
and
got a super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, did you ever tell Drew, a member of the secret society, how you slapped fella in the face by not accepting his invitation to Tattersall? I was never given an invitation to Tattersalls. I don't recall any invitation. No invitation was sent my way.
ah,
So there you go. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. And
so
Mr. Peacock.
tell me, Archie, what does your collection consist of these days?
Look, I've got a few watches there. Look, I tell you honestly, I could bring it down to 3 pieces if I was going to land the plane. I would keep my Bluesy, my Explorer 2, and my Speedy. I think those 3, I would really like to downsize down to 3 in the future.
Yeah.
How about yourself? You were looking at getting a Rolex yourself. I remember the talking about it. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I
Prices
don't
have
have
come
the
down since then. Prices have come down. And
Yes.
I suppose the thing is, you're a guy with a family. Rolexes are expensive. These are things to buy a bit later on in life, don't you think?
Yeah, they're pretty low on my priority level. But once
Priority level: food, petrol for the car, gas.
yeah, and I mean I have savings for it, but it's just not wise for me to exhaust what
No.
I've saved on a piece if, God forbid, there's a medical emergency with Noah or Leia. So,
Yeah.
but I think that honestly the floor has a bit lower to go. So maybe holding out a bit longer might not be a bad idea. And yeah, might get a
Yeah.
date
No, I
just.
think you're right
Might
there.
just get it. Might get a date just. The same one that I had. My buddy got it for $2,300. So I think that's probably where I'm going to be at. Date justs are absolutely gorgeous. You said it yourself. In a video that I always reference in regards to women, because my YouTube is, I talk about dating really only. How you mentioned that a date just, a 36 millimeter date just, is just the most attractive watch a guy could wear on a date. I remember you said that when you're
Oh,
talking
they
about
just a great watch.
the
They're a great.
wenches, talking about the wenches, you know, all the good Archie videos from old. Yeah, man.
It's is voting still happening in America, or it's over now? What's happened? What time is it?
6 p.m. Eastern Seaboard. We have 2 more hours. 2 more hours of voting, and then it's all done.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So get your votes in. Vote red. You know, save the United States. Save the rest of the world. It's a pretty clear choice. But
I don't think
yes.
it's the end of the world. Either side wins. To be honest with you, I don't. I don't think.
Um, I've heard otherwise
Both sides
from.
say, "Hey, this is a disaster." We got another super chat here. We got Patel Philippe, $10. Drew, nine. Why not work for AC3? No daycare costs. Just stream on the dungeon and tell Fikers how to survive on Canal Street on ramen and date justs.
Yes, exactly.
Can I ask you something? That Ferrari story, that was just a story, wasn't it? That you were
I,
never
I wish
miss.
it was, because I lost a lot of money. I wish it was just a fucking story, man. I lost a lot of money.
Okay.
You know. And at this point, I mean, I don't really. I mean, we're so far past that whole ordeal. It's just, I don't even want to. I don't even want to go back and
Sure. I
revisit
understand.
that. But I mean, hey, but I mean, again,
So what car are
people who
you
believe.
driving at the moment? What are you driving at the moment? Tell me the cars.
I have a Hyundai 2010 Hyundai Accent. It is a very small beater car, but the wife drives a brand new 2025 Mazda CX-50. So, like I said prior,
CX-50?
yes,
Yeah.
2025 in like a navy blue-ish color. And
Okay. That's a great looking car, that.
oh yeah, 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 we needed it, she needed it for the kids, for her.
Yeah, I was
And
looking at a CX-30. That must be a bigger version of the CX-30. Mazda makes some great cars.
so the CX-90 is the absolute full sized, and
Okay.
I was kind of trying to sway her towards
You
that
bought that
one.
on finance or you paid cash?
Oh, we're leasing. We're leasing.
Yes.
We no, well, I'm so done with used cars, the
Mhm.
maintenance, all that crap. I mean, I've lost my shirt time and time again being like a car fanatic person. And she had a Mercedes that just kept giving out, and I said, "You know what? I'll drive a piece of shit and you can drive a brand new car. We'll lease it like, regular adults." And we actually got a really, really good deal on it.
What's
She's
the
got
rate? What's the rate? What's the interest rate?
the interest rate, I think 2 or 3%.
Okay,
and
that's not bad.
the payment is 300, and insurance is 125. So
Insurance is expensive in America, isn't it? Very expensive.
in New Jersey, it's really expensive. It is. You know, we're a democratic state, so we.
Would you move to a cheaper place of America, like Illinois? Would you move somewhere else, or how do
um
you?
no, because I love the business over here. I love how busy it is over here. I love
Yeah.
I love how many clients I could land.
So, what sort
Especially
of business are you involved in? Sorry, what business is this?
so power washing.
Yeah.
And I help my dad with siding repairs. I
Yes.
help find him jobs. I do like marketing, like social media stuff for his business. And the power washing season, I'm gonna save up for my own truck and essentially work for myself because I can make a lot of money just not.
Yep. Yep. We got Drew there. Hello, Drew. Okay, that was Drew. Drew's a Middle America. We're just talking about his life in America. We just dropped out there. Guys, we've got an interesting show today. Jump on and talk. I back. Let's have a look. We got some. Oh, Drew's back. He's coming back. We've got some interesting. We're running a poll. Who's going to win on the Archie Luxury? Who will win? 68% of Archie Luxury viewers believe Trump will win. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have got 6 super chats. They're coming in fast. They're coming in furious. We have got some great punters on the polls today. Another super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. AC3. Do you feel the new Christian Ward bel canto is the ideal piece for 10% Rolex? Oh, let's have a look at this baby, hey? Christopher Ward. Shit, what's the watch called? The bel canto. What is the bel canto? Holy fuck, what is this? Holy fuck, yes. yes. Look at this. What is that? Christopher Ward bel canto classic. It looks cool. It looks like a fucking MB&F, doesn't it? It looks like an MB&F for a fraction of the dollars. Guys, we are running the election special Archie Luxury coverage. What is happening? Vote 1 Archie Luxury. That's right, guys. Vote 1 Archie Luxury. That's where you should be voting today, is for Archie Luxury. We got some really great things happening. Really great things happening on the stream. Great things happening. Great stuff. Patel Philippe, $2. Doesn't the bel canto also give you Bregster vibes? Oh yeah, good point. It's like an MB&F and a Bregster with that exposed section. Definitely. 100%. 100%, guys. I like it. Indeed. 100% like it. Yes. Definitely. 100%. 100% indeed. What a great vibe. I like it. Well, how much is this fucking thing? How much is it? What's the price? The shop for this fucking thing. How much? Oh, 7,000? Fuck me dead. I thought it'd be like $1,000 or $900. I didn't think 8,000 fucking dollars. You out of your fucking mind? Fuck me dead. Fuck me dead. $8,000. Are you what are you smoking? Tan. What the fuck is that? So guys, jump on our stream today. We need you on the stream. Come on. Jump on. We want to work together. Democrat, Republican, whatever it is, jump on our stream. Jump on our stream. That's what I want, guys. I want you guys to jump on our stream. Yes, that's it. Come on, let's get it going. Let's get this fucking thing happening. We like to see some great things for fuck me dead. $8,000. Fuck. That is expensive. Fuck. Okay. We got another super chat. Little Dave, $2. If Harris wins, punters might tighten up their wallet. Fair point. Hey, that's a fair point. Who knows? In this day and age, it's fucking hard to say what happens either way. Either way, who knows what happens there? Let's play a little clip. Surdy Danny. We've got the Surdy. Let's get a little bit of Surdy happening.
Today I was excommunicated. Archie's viper eyes came out and his pupils dilated.
Gotta love this song.
He said I was a cunt, and then I burned him. But what he forgets is all the money that I earned him, and I am employed by you, and I never signed a contract. You can't always have it your way. Tell me, frackers, what do you think of that? Fuck you, Archie, I'm over it. Have you had your cry? You punters have gone walking, 'cause you're an ignorant guy. They try to talk to you, but you never want to listen. Go over the top when I give you a little bit of constructive constructive criticism. Now I guess you won't hear this song, Archie, 'cause I blocked you. But someone else in the group will forward it, so I'll make sure it gets to you. Archie, I won't be back. Take away my wrench, 'cause I don't need it anymore. Since Archie showed me the door. Fuck you, Archie, you fucking miserable cunt.
There we go. That's the Surdy Danny theme song. There we go, guys. What can I say? What can we do? We're here to make you feel better. Speaking of feeling better, guess who's just put a clip out? That is my good friend Gun Zap. The Zap has put a clip out. He's just put a clip out, and let's get a sticky beak at this. Hey, this is from latest from Gun Zap. Check it out. Let's go now. Drink here. Why am I having a drink? Because I'm going into semi-retirement. What do I think? Fuck. That's what I think. And fuck.
My body was sacred. My words were sacred. My time was sacred.
Together we stand.
The property I owned was sacred. And these inviolable sanctities were preserved in those words.
I think my business is over. Right out the storm, fatso. And I had it painted because I want to put money into my business. Problems. Did I keep any money for savings? Fuck no. Middle-aged, overweight white guy. Who the fuck is going to employ me? So what am I going to fucking do? Well, I'm not going to walk off the edge of a building. The YouTube business has punched me in the head. I tried my best. I will fucking drive Uber. I will fucking drive taxis. I will fucking deliver pizza. What else can I do? I can do circus acts. I can do
Look at the
juggling.
size of that sub. Hey, sir. Sir,
I can do the lot.
Hey,
Guys, what I hope to do is produce one video a week on the ArchieLuxury channel. I want to get a quality video. And but Rolex is the investment. You know it's time to money. Do not panic. If you panic, you'll be fucked. I'm landing a 747. Boston control. We're gonna land. We're coming in. We're gonna land this fuck.
My body was sacred. My words were sacred. My time was sacred.
Together we stand.
The property I owned was sacred. And these inviolable sanctities were preserved in those words.
That is the way it goes. Hello, Mr. Goldberg.
Mr. Luxury.
Mr. Goldberg, I firstly want to say thank you so much for coming on the stream here.
Always my pleasure.
And it's a special election issue here. And one of the beautiful things about America is we can have people from different sides. I got to be totally honest. Who do I want, Harris or Trump? I actually am happy. I don't actually terribly happy with either. In some ways, I think
you sound American now.
I just sometimes like I like Trump, and the funny thing about Trump is he was a Democrat.
His whole life.
If the Democrats are so evil, well, hang on a minute. Where did Trump come from?
He donated to Hillary Clinton.
He went to the
donated
Clintons
to Kamala.
were his best friend. You know how I feel? It's like your good friend Crappy. Crappy really liked you.
Yeah, he loved me. Probably still does.
Then he turned against you. Nothing like an enemy. You know the worst enemy is one who was your friend before.
Yeah, we call them frenemies. They were your friend, now they're your enemy. Frenemy. I don't know. I feel like Bill Clinton really, Bill and Trump are birds of a feather. I mean, I'm sure they both paid for lots of abortions, impregnated multiple women. As far as we know, Bill only had one child by one woman.
Between you and me, all these candidates are horrors.
He's had how many?
And the name calling. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. The name calling both sides has been,
it's been vicious. It's been vinyl. Can I be frank and honest with you? Can I be frank and honest? Right after this super chat. Super chat.
Super chat, super chat. We've got one here. This here is from. We've got two super chats. Little Dave, $2. Has Surdy Danny turned nasty on the Archieverse?
Just a little.
Look, it's one of these things. It's a bit like when Clive turned, right?
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you.
Bit vicious.
It's very vicious, you know.
But it seems to have inspired Danny to write some of his best musical compositions ever.
Yeah, it's good to get a musician pissed off at you. I wonder what Lewis Curry could come up with after he...
He's never angry at anybody, though.
He's a nice guy.
Yes, he is. I think he'd be I think he'd be hard to piss off. You'd probably have to say something unkind about Shawn Mendes, or something like that. Yeah.
I don't even know who Shawn Mendes is, but
that's
all
okay.
right.
That's because you're.
It's a Democrat joke. I get it. Okay.
There you go. Right. Okay. Hey, we have another super chat somewhere here.
Super chat. Where have you been? Patel Philippe, $5. Bring Lewis on to discuss chicken pot pie in Amish land with
Amish.
the gold.
I actually went to the Amish are Archie. You probably don't know this. The Amish are a sect of German American ultra religious people who live in clans separated from the rest of the country. They don't use any electricity, and by and large, they're farmers, or they make furniture, breed dogs, that kind of stuff. So it's all very interesting. They don't use electricity.
Yes.
And they're originally from Pennsylvania, where I'm from.
Pennsylvania, Penn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Penn.
Wow.
And you can tell an Amish farm because the power lines don't run to the house. They just bypass the farm.
Oh, I see.
They won't even use a landline telephone because they, because they're wired. But some of them, I understand now, will keep a cell phone in the barn, and then and then use a truck battery to recharge it. Nothing wired.
Nothing wired. Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. And they drive around in Teslas.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
Part of the grid.
Pennsylvania Dutch. No, they drive around in horse and buggy. They don't drive cars. They drive horses and buggies still to this day, right now. Yep.
Mark, the world is so confusing now. Like would you ever want to join a commune and just chill out, man?
I live on a little dog farm. I'm about as separated from
dog farm's not a good, that's not affectionate. Like puppy farms are not actually a nice.
No, I don't live on a puppy farm. A puppy mill. I live on a dog farm. I'm a dog farmer. I go out, I feed the dogs, I potty the dogs, I pick it up, I walk them.
Tell me this, Mark. How has business been? I know you're the world's leading dog trainer. Market is tightening up. What's happening?
Well, for me, it's been pretty good, but
because you got the Big Mac index. If you want to know how the world is going, you had the McDonald's index. Like, what's the price of a quarter pounder or a Big Mac in America or China or any of these countries?
Yeah.
Now we've got, how is the dog care business, dog training business going? And
well, it was shit about a year ago, and then I had a couple few months where it was just very, very, very slow. I worked, but it was very slow. I kind of liked it, to be honest with you, because I enjoyed semi-retirement there for a minute, but it's perked right back up for me, and I think most dog trainers are kind of hurting right now, but I'm in good shape. But I'm a little more prominent, I think, than most of them. And it's weird because the technicality, like the stock market is very good, unemployment is low, but prices are high, food is high, and I think American consumers don't feel good. They don't really feel like spending right now because interest rates. So the technicalities of the economy are good, but the feeling of the economy, the actual, the way it feels to people feeding, their middle-class families, it's not good. It's not good. Hey, there's a super chat on the board right now.
Yes, we've got a super chat on the stream here.
Speaking
super
of
chat
good.
from Patel Philippe, $5. Without Patel, we'd be fucked. We'd be fucked. $5. AC3 thoughts on walking your dog wearing a paddock 5270p salmon dial. Mark said he's seen it. Well, the
Would you
thing
do
about
it?
paddock is, well, you know what? You want the watch to be part of your everyday life. I must say, in Australia, we're going through summertime. It's 27 degrees. We've got our favorite snake joining us, Mike the Snake. Mark! Mike! Mark! Mike!
Mike.
I got to tell you,
You're covering Mike's
what
face.
does it's good to see people. I think it's always good to see people wearing their stuff.
Oh yeah. You know what though?
Enjoying life.
Patella is talking about a gentleman who we all know, and he actually wanted me to wear that Patek. He wanted me to like take it home, train the dogs wearing the Patek. I don't even know what it costs, but I'm sure it's a six-figure watch.
5270p.
It's a perpetual calendar in yellow gold, and I was not comfortable taking it out of the house. You know, I just was not.
Marky,
Yeah.
you were saying the dog training business has really been difficult.
For me, it's been pretty good, but you know.
Tell me this: what would you do? Okay, you're 62. Okay,
No, I'm older. I'm 66.
What would you do if you were in your 50s and you needed to do work? What would you do? More training? You're a renowned trainer.
Bangkok. I would do what I'm doing. I mean, this is like really all I know.
So what do I do? I got huge mortgages, car payments. It's all keeping me down, man.
Uber Eats, drive pizza, anything that brings in a buck. Stop spending money. Actually, I think you would be a lot better off if you just stopped spending money wantonly. It's not what you make; it's what you keep. You spend a lot of money. You send trinkets and stuffed animals all over the world with expensive Hong Kong post. You should like cut
Little
back.
Dave, $2. Mike the Snake, did you vote today?
That's my business.
Ooh, Mikey, you didn't vote. Get out there, Mikey.
Did you vote, Marky?
I voted days and days. Yeah, like almost a week ago. We have early voting. You know, I feel like we should be like Australia and put you in jail if you don't vote. Australia fines voters who don't vote.
Honestly, that would drastically change how votes, how things go in America for sure.
Probably.
If everybody had to vote, because you absolutely, I mean, it would turn it on its head, because the people that do, go vote usually are voting because they've done a little bit of education and they know what they're voting about. Whereas if they force you to do it, some people are just gonna go and without knowing. I don't think it's responsible to vote if you don't know what you're voting about, right?
Archie, how much is the ticket if you don't vote?
It's $130.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I thought it was more, but it turned out not to be.
And how do they know that you didn't vote? Like, how do they track you down?
No, because they when you go there, they cross it off. They put a line. They have an electoral roll.
Okay.
And they actually, they know. They actually, I think they do it on computer now, and they know.
Like, do you go in there because you're angry and you just like write in Mickey Mouse instead of actually voting because you're?
You don't have to. You just need to put the slip. You need to just register your name. You can write all over the form. That's not illegal because they don't check your form against you because it's a secret vote. It's a secret ballot. But I've got to tell you, another super chat here. We got Patel Philippe, $5. Mike the Snake, best type of hash for 8 hours of Fox News binge watching.
Mike, would that be a wax? Wouldn't you prefer a wax for that?
I actually prefer my good old shatter that I used to make using Blue Dream or Dream Queen. Used to make the most clear yellow, most beautiful shatter, and now,
don't you need something special to smoke shatter in though?
Well, you need like a different style, like either a metal kind of a bowl that you can put on a bong, or a different kind of pipe because it bubbles away and kind of fizzles away into smoke. And if you put it on a screen, I guess you can put it on a screen. Some people put a little bit of it on top of buds and just let it, because when it gets hot, it bubbles and turns to liquid before it turns to smoke. So, but shatter, it's kind of like butter brickle when you get thick pieces of it, and it just, if you dropped it on the table, it would shatter into a billion pieces like safety glass. That's why I got its name, Shatter. But that is the most pure, best thing that I would suggest. For
Probably has a high THC content. I know a lot about weed, ironically, and I don't even like weed. I take a little bit of CBD, at night to help me sleep. But like weed, a lot of THC, I don't like it. But I know a lot about it because the kitten likes it, and he's educated me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I live in Northern California.
Of course, well, here too, though.
Much more. I mean,
it's a super chat here. GB20 Mex, you might want to start your show an hour later. Daylight saving.
Oh yeah, it is true. We turned our clocks back an hour on Sunday.
Yeah, Big Al is correct. He said you need a dab rig. To smoke shatter, you need they have a special kind of a bowl set up called dabbing.
Dabbing?
Yeah, a little dab will do you.
You're taking a little chunk of shatter or a little ball of waxy wax and putting it on this thing that lets it boil off, and it's a dab rig. It's called dabbing.
I'm not into this. I got to be totally honest with you, Mikey. I got to sing a song for I'm proud to be an American. Quickly. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. Da 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 da. At least I know I'm free.
Amen.
Why don't you sing a little Waltzing Matilda for us?
Yeah, my grandmother used to sing that. That was the only song she'd ever sing.
Is that right? Well, Mikey, you could sing it with Archie then.
I don't remember it. I don't remember the words to it anymore.
Waltzing Matilda. That's the
Matilda, Waltzing Matilda, and then I don't know what. Something like that.
There's a mall in Melbourne that has a Waltzing Matilda clock hanging from the 5th floor ceiling, and it goes off every hour. Super chat.
Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, name the top 3 Archieverse characters you are sure could have been abducted by aliens and returned in current form.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, 100%, Mikey. Mikey, did they probe you?
Oh yeah, you bet.
Mikey was probed.
Full probage.
Okay, you need 2 more, Arch. You got to complete the trio.
They got a million years of practice ahead of us. They know how to make it feel good.
Clivers would be number 2.
Really? They scramble his brain a little on the way back?
He's still got probes in him, I think. And thirdly, it would have to be Surdy Danny, wouldn't it?
He's so normal. I thought you'd say Narc for sure.
Oh, Narc. Yes, Narc.
Like, when they beamed him back down, they got the particles in the wrong order.
Well, I think Ross Rachel Brady may have been.
We can't talk about him anymore, apparently.
Oh, we can't? I love Ross.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe we can.
Ross is great. Ross is a lot of fun.
Where is he?
This is a lot of fun. I miss Ross terribly. In fact, I'm going to get a hold of him. I have his phone number. I'm going to call him.
I think
Ross is a great guy. Great guy.
Where's Sod? We need the Sod.
Oh, where's Sod? When he came back the last time, his new stick towards me was like kind of a little harsh. He was like a little hard on me and a little angry at me and asking me why I was laughing all the time. And, his old stick was the watch boxes and, just kind of pushing my buttons. And then he went away and he came back with this new style stick that was kind of just like just harsh on Mike. It's seemingly to me.
Mikey, if Sod was really angry with you, he would have launched a missile that could pinpoint your house.
I don't doubt that. That's why I say this is his new stick. And I was fine with it. I was going with it. But then somebody booted him off. I think Mental Jock did.
Super chat.
There we go.
No,
Super
God, why
chat.
would you boot-
GB20 Max. Mark, Ross, Rachel, Brady would love to have a good time with
GB,
you.
RRB y yo, no, eso no va a pasar nada, nunca, jamás. Olvídate la idea. Pero gracias por su atención.
Does Ross?
Volkswagen. I heard
Well,
you
I'm
said
responding
Volkswagen
I'm
there.
responding in Spanish to our Mexican donation.
He's a great guy, isn't he? What do you think?
Oh, yes. Yes,
It's,
we sort of missed the antics a little bit. He certainly added a certain flair.
Yes. Yeah, he's a great guy. I like him. We've also got a great super chat here. Super chat. Where have you been? We've been to London to visit the Queen.
I'm right here.
Yes.
So Jimmy says that Mike, that you banned Sod, follow, and that you also banned Big, and that hold on, and that you also banned Big Al.
No, I didn't.
I know you didn't.
I didn't do either one of those.
I feel like they're just after you. What are we wearing tonight? Got a whole.
I've been rocking my Orange Monster for a while now because my watch of valuables is over at my mom's because I packed everything over there when we had that fire scare.
Yeah, but the Monster is a great watch. It's a very fun watch.
I love it, man. Fuck.
The loom is insane. And Mike, tell everybody what happens when it's like 12 o'clock. What happens to the hands?
Oh, they make a rocket ship.
They do. They line up exactly.
They make the best looking rocket ship ever.
Yeah, it's very cool.
You betcha. I love it, and it's version 1, so it doesn't have the black outlines around the indices, and it doesn't. Yeah, I love it. I've loved it for a long time. Got it for $135 off Amazon.
Archie, how about a wristwatch?
Wristwatch check. You know what I'm wearing because of the burgers. I'm wearing my bluesy again. Hey,
here's Archie doing the Archie.
The whole reason for that is so you can see the time.
We don't care about the time. Do this because when you do that, you look like you have cerebral palsy.
No disrespect to anyone with cerebral palsy. We've got a super chat from Fella. Fella, Fella, $5. Mike the Snake, do you now understand why they gave you a good deal on your Porsche? 90 seconds on why it's such a great price for an unsellable car.
Well, I'll admit to getting a little bit overexcited about the whole thing, but I still got a lot of car for the money and more. I got more car than what I really paid for it, and I will get more for it selling it than what I paid for it for sure. Probably not too long from now. And in the meantime, I just decided it wasn't my forever car, and it was a little bit more of a project than I want to tackle because Porsche's just like cubic dollars, for anything. And so I decided to enjoy it while I have it and list it. And if it sells, it sells. If not, then, poor me. I've got a 930 in my garage. Life sucks, right?
You tell him, Mikey.
So, there you go.
Very, very clever indeed there, Mikey.
I'm forever in search of my forever car, but I just haven't found it yet.
We got another super chat. So, Fella, there we go. Fella's a great guy. I met him, Mikey. He is
me too.
Cool guy.
Yes, he is.
And very good looking dude. He's good looking.
He's a fine looking specimen of a man.
I can't believe he's from Brisbane. Can you? Can you believe he's from Brisbane?
He's a bit more sophisticated, a bit more debonair than the average Brisbane bogan that I have come to now love. Yes. Well, he escaped, unlike some of you.
No, he's a great guy. I love him. I love him to death there. He's really good.
Good man.
We've got a super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, pull up Panteras in Australia. and have Mike the Snake find one for you. If none in Australia, switch to the US of A.
There's always
The US of A.
There's some beautiful Panteras out there.
Guys, the polls are closing soon on some East Coast states.
Yeah.
Numbers will be rolling in after a while. I don't know. I don't really think we're going to find out anything tonight. I bet you it's at least tomorrow.
Yeah. I got to tell you something. I'm going to have a look here for Tomaso. I'm just searching. Just hang on there. Just having a look. Oh, there's the sodas, the Clarion. It's Tomaso.
DETOMASO space Pantera.
Okay, I'm just searching now.
Tomaso Pantera.
Oh, they don't have. That's a very difficult brand to find. You know.
Yeah, they're not there. There's not many of them around, and there's usually a few listed if you look up online like Panteras for sale. Hit search, use Google. You find some that are for sale. Some that are auction houses and things like that. But they didn't make too many of them, and they're getting rare, and they're finding their value. So back when
I like the Mangusta. Do you like the Mangusta?
Oh,
the Mangusta.
They only made like 50 of them. Yes, the Mangusta is like, it's like a Mura. It's like the equivalent of, it's like De Tomaso is the equivalent of a Lamborghini Mura, but the Mangusta also used a Ford engine with the ZF gearbox, and they made one with a Chevy engine, just one. But then after that, they made their next model was the Pantera, which used the 351 Cleveland. Ford V8 and famous ZF gearbox that was in the Ford GT40, the Le Mans winning race car. It had that gearbox coupled to a 351 Cleveland that came off the Ford GT350 Mustang production line. So these 351s were ultra special, ultra high horsepower engines, and every Pantera came with basically a 350 GT engine, so they were no slouch. In '72, I believe it was the fastest production car sold in the world. It went 172, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Maybe there's probably something that went faster, but stock, buy it off the showroom floor and go to 172, which is pretty darn fast back in '72.
I'm just trying to find one here, Mikey. There's some trouble finding these Tomasas in car. Nothing in.
I don't need to see
nothing in car sales. Fucking hell!
I had my heart broken by this car, so I don't need to look at it. I don't need to see it.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. We would just, Mikey. Oh, sorry, Mark. Tell me this.
Yes.
The Lincoln, stinking Lincoln.
It's outside in the rain right now. Outside in the rain.
You know, if you garaged it, it would last so much longer.
I don't want it to last that much longer. I don't keep... Archie, how long do you keep a car?
As long as possible.
I seem to keep them for a few years at a time.
I like to be able to keep a car 10 years. Okay, 10 years.
Yeah, but when's the last time you kept a car for 10 years?
I got the Honda Civic. It's 2014.
Do you know when the last time I kept a car for 10 years was?
What's that?
Never. I have never kept a car in my entire life.
The wagon in high school, that's 10 years old.
Well, no, it was 100 years old, but I didn't keep it for 10 years. And I was 16. I was lucky to have that piece of crap. No, I'm talking
for like 9 or 10 years.
In my adult life. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when, if you had an American car, you had to get rid of it well before 100,000 miles, because that's when they were, done. You had to take them out back and shoot them.
Like early 80s, late 70s.
Yeah.
But by 30 or 40,000, you water pump, alternator.
Well, that's why I would get rid of them typically around 30 to 50,000 miles.
Yeah, and if they hit 100,000, it was like
it had no value.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of miles to have
That's
put
right.
on a car.
Yeah,
But
if you traded them at around 50,000 miles, the car still had some value.
a little bit, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, they say they don't build them like they used to, but you know,
Oh, they're
compared
better
to
now.
today's cars,
They're better.
today's cars just they
Well,
break.
also, they don't build them like they used to. They would kill you. They would literally kill you if you had an
Oh, yeah.
accident. They
Totally.
literally would fucking kill you.
Send you through the windshield, man.
I think the best invention ever was fuel injection because carburetors were a fucker. Like that was a
Yeah. Fuel injection, especially electronic fuel injection, where they were able to really get control of everything, let the car self-tune itself.
Excuse me, Mike. We have a super chat aimed right at
Pavel, $2. Mike, you're trying to do the entire show on the wrong mic.
Again?
you. Yeah, I meant to tell you. It sounds like you're on the computer one. A little tinny. Doesn't sound too good. Archie, what you eating? What you got there?
Oh,
Candy?
I got given these as a birthday present. Godiva Master. These are some assorted legendary chocolates.
Now, what time is it? What time are you eating chocolate in the morning?
Oh, these are made in Turkey.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Turkish delight.
Is that what you? Okay, super chat from fella.
Super chat. Where have you been? We got a super chat here from fella, $2. For next meetup, please confirm. Like, yes, you can bring water.
You just can't put it in the cup holder, for God's sakes. What's wrong with you, fella? How dare you? How dare you use a cup holder and put a cup in it?
He's a great guy, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Now I'm not too sure because now that I've heard about the cup holder incident, I wonder a little about his judgment. I've got a pizza in the oven, deep dish, Chicago pie, sausage.
Deep dish, Chicago.
Nice
you made it yourself or you bought it?
No, it's frozen, but it's Uno's, which is one of the famous pizzerias around here, famous for people who like it thick.
So how long do you cook it for?
It's about an hour. It takes about an hour.
Low heat?
375 Fahrenheit, whatever that is.
Oh, that's 375.
It's not low.
Oh, 190? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's meat. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
About an hour.
You can't go wrong with that, can you?
No, it's going to be good.
Can you share some with me and Mikey?
Sure. There's a place right up the street called Lou Malnati's where they have takeout, and I can get the almost the exact same pizza. It's better because it wasn't frozen originally, but it's like $20 for the same thing. This is like half that. Anyway, who doesn't like a frozen?
Who doesn't mind frozen? It's a great thing to put in the oven.
Yeah.
Patel Philippe $5. Does it taste better frozen or non? You can't really tell that much.
Well, no, I think you can. It tastes better if you get it from a pizzeria.
Arch, do you have those places where they make the pizzas fresh, and you go in, you order it, and you go in and you bring it out uncooked on a piece of cardboard, and then you put them in the oven.
No, we don't have that here. That's a great idea, but that's a great idea because you can pick the ingredients. Patel Philippe $5. Why were you licking fella's ass wearing whatever Rolex he wore that day whilst ignoring his friends? 5711 white dial. It was a cool watch. The Nautilus has never really appealed to me. Can I say that? It's never.
It was a grand complication.
Yeah, it's never really appealed to me.
Was it a grand class?
5711 is 3-hand Nautilus. It was a beautiful watch.
Not to change the subject, but
let's change the subject.
Reminded me, not just an hour ago, I had the most wonderful conversation with a gentleman at the grocery store who was wearing a glashütte. It was a very nice looked about 38, 37, 38 millimeters. Had a moon phase, and center, second, and three hands center. Very nice, very tasteful watch.
Was
And
he
I went up.
pleased that you recognized it, or was he?
He said I was the very first person that had ever recognized it.
Yeah.
And his
Oh, he's
wife
glasuda. He's never had anyone recognize his.
Well, because it's
You've
a
made his
glasuda.
day.
Yeah, and I went up and just asked me, can I compulsively have to do this if I suspect.
Can I touch your watch?
No, I just say, do you mind if I ask what kind of watch you're wearing? And he told me about his watch, and it was super great. I've had great conversations over a guy, same kind of thing, where I run into the guy in the milk aisle had an AP Royal
Milk
Oak
aisle.
on. He was wearing a Royal Oak.
Wow, you live in a good neighborhood.
He was in full polo garb, fresh off the polo
California,
fields.
Mikey.
You live in a really good neighborhood. Where I live, it's all like G-Shocks and Timex. Bless you.
Well, this isn't
Bless
the
you.
norm, but I mean, I go to the supermarket, often, and I'm always on the lookout for everybody's wrist. And I saw somebody with a vintage Pepsi the other day, and a very charming lady who had a ladies' day date, and or date just because day date doesn't have a Cyclops, does it? No, it doesn't. So hers was a date just. But it was, I had a wonderful conversation with her as well.
Okay, we have another super chat or two to get to, and we've got Seti Danny in the peanut gallery.
Seti fucking Danny, what is Seti? I'm just trying to find De Tomaso, DET. Nothing comes up.
Oh well.
Bless
Oh my
you.
goodness.
No worries.
Bless you. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me today.
It's leprosy, Ebola, COVID. You're probably patient, like 0.
What's
Okay,
that?
here we go.
What's
We
that
got
poison?
Fella.
Sarin?
Fella, how much did I contribute to 40,000 depreciation? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
How much did I contribute?
Not enough.
How much did he
Spit it out.
just hang on, I was going to send this message here.
Come on, you need a snappy comeback.
Here we go. Fella, $2. How much did I contribute to 40,000 depreciation? What's he talking about? He's talking about my car. It's
Yes.
money.
Of course.
I don't think he did much. It wouldn't have mattered whether he came in or didn't come in.
I think he's referring to the water stains all over the cup holder.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, there you are, garaging that car, clay barring it, and some cretin comes in and just throws water around.
Yes.
Okay.
Archie, have you done that ceramic thing to your car yet? The
Ceramic coating? No, I haven't done that. No.
That's for people who keep their cars in,
Outside.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Look, the ceramic coating is very good there, but I've heard horror stories if you get it wrong, Mike.
Oh, really?
How about a super chat from Patel Philippe?
We got one from Patel Philippe, $5. Mike the Snake, did you ever eat at Marie Callender's or just had the TV dinner?
That's funny.
I think Marie Callender's did have a place where you sit down and eat, but I never ate there. I've only had their TV dinner.
It's a brand of frozen food, Arch. It's very middle of the road, like Hungry Man dinner. With the dessert in a separate compartment.
No dessert.
All right.
They're just entree only.
Hungry Man, entree, Hunger Buster.
But no, they're better. They're a little bit better for you. I've looked at the numbers because I do read the numbers, and they're Hungry Man and Stouffer's, and there's a couple that are.
The punters
really
are cruel. They say that you had a cart full of frozen Hungry Man dinners with tubs of ice cream. These guys are
Patel
mean.
Philippe, $5. AC3, tell us about the thing called Aussie mateship. TW keeps talking about how many of your so-called mates backstabbed you. Name the lot. Look, I got to tell you the truth. I was disappointed, but I'm no longer disappointed. Sovereign and Plastic. You know what? Showbiz friends, Mark, are showbiz friends. You've got to realize they're after something that doesn't exist. The star. They're after that star persona. That's what they want. They want that star.
They just want to be close
persona.
to they flew too close to the sun, Archie. They flew too close to the sun.
They flew too close to the sun. Exactly. So,
No,
hey, you know what? It doesn't really matter there. It doesn't matter. Pavel, $10. Most modern California women would be terrified with this large, ponytailed and limping man. Let me see your jewelry approach. No, Mike.
No, it's red. Most modern California women would be terrified with this large, ponytailed and limping man. Let me see your jewelry approach. No? He's asking a question. Mike? And the answer is no, I'm very approachable, even if I'm approaching. And I'm a very pleasant and charming gentleman. And I carry on wonderful conversations with every people of all walks of life.
Yeah, you look harmless. Hey, Archie, when you're done with that one, there's one above it from Patel that you missed.
Oh, sorry, there. One above that from Patel. Oh, you mean from Fella?
Oh, did you get that one? AC3, tell us about the. Oh, sorry, you did that. You did do that one.
Yes. We've got Fella, $2.
Yeah, did
Fella, $2. I never understood why you don't prefer pre-ceramics.
You used to.
No, look, actually, I used to. I love. You know what? It's a bit with me. I love pre-ceramic. We're talking Rolexes, pre-ceramic. I loved them. I thought they were special. And then what happened was I got my first ceramic, and all of a sudden,
they're so much better.
I just love the bezel, right? I love it. But the big thing is, let me show you what it is. It's that clasp. It's a solid. The other one is like pressed steel. It's like tin. It's like a tin can. Whereas this is, it's got some.
Pre-ceramic is garbage. Plus, listen to this.
You know, the hilarious thing is, Mark, the best watch I've ever done with the best click.
Yes.
Is actually a fucking Steinhardt.
Tudor has very good clicking too.
Yeah.
The only click that I want to hear on a Steinhardt is my trigger right before I shoot the fucking thing.
Yes.
Although I did handle a Steinhardt and it felt better than you would think. He makes a nice fake Rolex. Steinhardt does.
Yes, he does. He does make a nice Rolex there, and that's the way it goes, Marky. That's the way it goes.
The guys are talking about bezel clicks, and it's the consensus is not. Some watches have better clicks than others, but a lot of them don't have a good click at all, and it's true. I think that Rolex is one of the few brands that really focuses on a good click. You know, I have a Glashütte, which has an adequate clip. Breitling's okay. Seiko is Seiko's very unique. Even the Grand Seiko, it's very smooth. It's not real clicky. It's not real definitive, but it's not sloppy either. If it aligns, and the Grand Seikos do, they align. But only Rolex, I think, has nailed it. And weirdly, Tudor,
yeah. I was just going to say Tudor.
But Tudor's a 60 click, and it doesn't have a ball bearing. I don't know. It's got a very loud detent on every number.
Yeah, but my Pelagos was the smoothest clicking bezel with the least amount of backlash. It was the sweetest bezel I've owned. just hands down. I mean, the sub and my James Cameron were very similar, but not as good as the Pelagos.
I love Pavel. Pavel, $2. Put dog trainer under super chat, please. You know, I got to tell you something, Mark. This is no bullshit. This is.
Yeah.
I really enjoy having you on here to chat to.
Well, I'm happy to be here. And apparently the super chats are coming fast and furious because there's more.
Yankee Doodle, $5. Give up the charm of the pre-ceramic for the improved clasp is as wankery as can be. I'll keep my 16-610. You know, I got nothing against pre-ceramic. I just find as an everyday look. Let's be honest. Let's give up on collectible Rolex. Is it going to be valuable or not? You know what? I'm 52 years old. Do I give a fuck about? I should have put money into my 401k decades ago if I was worried about investments. Okay. I just, you know, I used to love the I hated I was very much a pre-ceramic man, and then I kind of just changed. But look, I got nothing against pre-ceramic. I got nothing again. We got another super chat here from Patel Philippe. $5. Head over to Shag's website. Shag. I'm just trying to. Oh, more Shag. What's Shag's website?
I actually love pre-ceramic Rolexes.
Picasso. Those are my Nana. It's not my
Trying
Picasso.
to find. I know the Shag website, right? I don't know if they have a Shag website. I've got some prints coming up here on the screen, and tell us about the Picasso print. More Shag prints. This is Shag. Where is this? The Picasso. I like this. This is very fuck me dead. $1,300.
That's cool though. Look at that. Wow, interesting. Looks like Disney.
Those mushrooms are Amanita muscaria. Those are very famous hallucinogenic mushrooms.
I was gonna say, can we eat them? What happened?
Yeah. You
Look
trip
at these
balls
there's
on
Frank
them.
Sinatra. Look at that. There's the Rat Pack.
That's a Rat Pack.
There.
That's
Look
not
at
Frank
that.
Sinatra though. That's what's his name?
That's Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra in the back there.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at Sammy Davis having two eyes.
I love Sammy Davis Jr.
He had a glass eye.
I didn't know that. What happened?
I don't know. He got a glass one though.
It was a drinking accident, or what happened?
I couldn't tell you. That I don't know.
Just having a look. Shag and Picasso.
He's saying that before I tell you about my Picasso print, but I don't like prints particularly, and I don't think I have any. I have a bunch of original art, acrylic and oil, not by particularly known artists, but
it's not
artists.
Particularly coming up, Tan. If you got a link, put a link in the
stuff I like
in the thing for me. Same as for the Pantera, because I can't. They're not coming up. Is it a different brand? Is it Tomaso? That's the brand there. It's
Type in Pantera car images search on Google.
No, I want to bring up ones for sale in America. I tried Auto Trader, nothing came up.
There's a outfit in LA that specializes in them. It usually has a few nice ones listed.
Yeah, no, it's Classic Trader. Oh, Classic Trader, they have one.
This is a specific Pantera shop, you know.
Oh, here's some in Australia for sale. Let's bring this baby up here now. Would you ever get a classic car, Marky?
Me, no. I like stuff that works and doesn't.
See, this is where I think you're not queer, guy. You know, you're supposed to have good taste.
I don't like fiddly things.
Okay, look at this. These are Panteras for sale. Look at this. You've got 71. Okay,
I'd rather have a
72. Look at that. That's a 70. That's a GTS.
Yeah,
There's
see,
They have carburetors. Anything.
So they made these up until the 90s.
They're horrible.
yes, yeah,
Early 70s to the 90s.
but they've finally found their value now. So they're out, you know, they're unobtainable at this point. So I've stopped looking, I've stopped dreaming, and plus the one I had broke my heart. So I'm kind
What do you
of
think of this red one?
Fredo.
See that wing?
1 minute.
Archie, see the wing on the red one? Mark, see the wing on the that is off a Lamborghini Countach. It was a very popular thing to do. It was very popular for Pantera owners to put a Countach wing on the back of their Pantera.
Naughty.
So it's a Delta wing, and if you'll notice if you scrolls through more pictures, if you see any with a wing like this, it's almost guaranteed it's a real, honest to God, Lamborghini Countach wing. My car had these same wheels on it as well. Yeah. But anyways.
I don't think you can say Countach on YouTube. Where'd he go?
Countach interrupt us?
Mikey, I didn't realize he was gone. Where is he? What's happening?
I don't know.
Did he just walk off?
Yeah, he did.
Well, let's give out your let's give out your PayPal address, Mikey. We'll hijack the show. All right. Well, I forget who it was. One of the guys was asking me how I like what's my favorite watch, and I gotta say, I'm a little torn. The gold sub is like, you know, fucking impressive, but this really, the Hulk, I think I gotta say I like it better because you can daily this watch and you can't walk around every day in a gold sub. So I would say it'd be this one. And I like the Starbucks, but this has the gold dial with starburst, sunburst, green, so it's a lot jazzier than the Starbucks, the Starby. So yeah, well, that's it. Let's see what else. Little Dave says we're pronouncing it wrong, but he didn't tell us how to pronounce it. So
well, that's why it's not coming up on the computer.
Pavel says 1 hour later. Angelic,
I love SpongeBob. It was my favorite cartoon.
Actually, I never knew where
time.
The people use that in videos all the time, and I didn't really know where that came from. So thanks.
Yeah.
I love SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Angelic says I'm an original. I'm not a cliche. I am. I guess I am. I'm not your average gay person. I'm just, not. But like me and my gay bestie, we're kind of like very similar. Like, you're not picking us out of a crowd unless we get animated and then we start, flailing our hands. Well, welcome back to your program. Welcome back to your show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had, getting people to do some things. I'm getting a carport put at the front there.
Now there's a way to
we got a
spend
super chat. Just head over to Shag website and find me a few pieces you dig before Mark tells you about his Picasso print collection. Okay. And then Patel Philippe says, just Google images Josh Angle Shag. Josh Angle Shag. Okay, I'm just doing that. Okay. Josh Angle Shag, and you'll find the stuff. Find like 5 images. Let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, I love this. I got the book. You know who sent me this? That was that guy, he sent me the book. He sent me a book. That was the guy who jumped in. Rich Buddy sent me a book on shag. Yeah, it was my favorite images. I like this, the futuristic, the house, the pool part. Look at that. That's just so cool. Look at this. That's so cool. It's just, I love it there. Who else? Oh, fuck. I didn't even show it on the screen. Look at this. Look at this. My favorite ones. I tell you what I really like is I like the house. Just the house, the party. This one. This is my favorite one. That's my favorite. The organic dimension with the, look at that. That's just so cool. Okie dokie. We got another super chat. Let's have a look here. Super
Was
chat.
this artist from the 70s or so?
60s, 60s. Patel Philippe, $5. Since Mark and Mikey were talking Countach, please play video sent from WhatsApp. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Let's have a look at this video. Oh, yes.
The punters are vicious today.
They are very vicious. I
They're
don't know
funny,
why.
though.
Why are they vicious?
I don't know, but they're funny. I do approve.
Is 3 cars a week. The waiting list for one is more than a year. Is this the Lamborghini Countach for everyone, for every driver, for everyone who can afford it?
No, I think it's a special car for special people.
Daniela Adetto is the marketing director for the Countach. Is there such a thing as a typical Lamborghini purchaser, a typical owner?
Yes, very large ego, because if you're shy, you cannot go around with this car. It's like to go out in the evening with a beautiful woman. Not everybody can afford, not because they don't have enough money or because they have enough power, but because they are not the type that like to go out with a very beautiful woman. Because, this white car is like a beautiful virgin. If you see the red, it's like a mature woman. If you see the black one, it's like an intriguing woman,
What are its weaknesses?
The weakness is that it's not a very comfortable car, of course. You cannot go with baggages, etc. You must have another car, like a Rolls Royce, that follow you with a chauffeur and arrive the day later, the day after, with all the baggages. And of course, you cannot go with children. Or you must have only a beautiful woman, and that's it.
Even now, 16 years after it was launched, it still regularly makes the covers of the motoring magazines. Probably the most written about car ever built, possibly overwritten about. For example, devastatingly defiant in looks. Just light the fuse and keep steering. Uncompromisingly arrogant. Another writer says, like tasting beer for the first time or losing one's virginity, seeing a Countach is an experience never forgotten. Another writer, here we are talking about the brutal throb of a predator, the same that vibrates in a cheetah.
I've given up Countach for my health, Mikey.
A gazelle. Yeah. To question the value of.
I forget who, somebody said the Countach is for a very special kind of asshole.
Yeah, Hemingway said that pheasant shooting was worth whatever you had to pay for it. And I think that's probably true with Lamborghini driving, too.
There's no trunk space.
None whatsoever.
And
and what trunk space there is immensely hot. It would not be a place to carry a box of chocolates.
Why do people buy it?
Well, it's the ultimate sort of outlaw statement, isn't it? It's in a time when, we've got the Center for Automotive Safety and all of those people on one side and the Baptists on the other trying to sort of corral us and make us behave the way we're supposed to. You can very quickly establish yourself as being somewhere else just by parking one of those in front of your house. It's a car that would just frighten you to death if you had the slightest doubt of your ability to drive it. I mean, to suddenly have somebody throw you the keys and say, would you mind driving my car home, and walk out into a dark parking lot and see this thing sort of glowering at you, you would call a taxi. You'd do almost anything. Bring in an airlift, but you certainly wouldn't want to jump into it and drive it. The whole idea, the whole environment that's created by that car on a given stretch of road is just, that's another matter altogether. You can't accomplish that in a Buick Roadmaster.
As you may have already noticed, this car is not for everyone. The doors are a wondrous piece of engineering, but getting in can require a certain degree of agility. The windows open to mere slits through which you can't even toss a token into a toll booth. As for the rear window, if you can call it, forget reversing without the aid of someone to. Not what the Countach can do for you that counts, but what it does to others. That is certainly true. Anywhere the Countach goes, it stops traffic dead. Even right here in Sant'Agata, where the car is built, the presence of one is an event.
Costa di meno, costerà 250. Ma perché aprite?
Or the streets of Manhattan, even the most jaded people on earth stop and gawk with respect and envy and awe.
I love this car, man. I love this car.
And misinformation.
Oh shit, you got a jacuzzi in the back. Yeah? See, I read the button over there. It says eject. But you eject the other way, you know, for you. Yo, fellas, anybody want to take a ride? The keys are in it. Oh, the guy must not know New York too well, man, to be leaving keys in the back. He can do that, man.
It is the toy for the man who has everything. So, of course, the man who does have everything, the millionaire publisher, balloonist, oldest and richest Hell's Angel on earth, Malcolm Forbes, has one.
There we go, guys. What did you think of that?
It was
Mikey.
cool. You know those
Yeah.
motorcycles at the very end? I believe those were Laverdas, which are
Pizza. What sort of pizza you got there? Pizza.
Oh, hold on, I'm having a
Please.
problem. As soon as I sort
Can I
it
have a
out,
look?
I'll show you. Give me a sec. Here we go.
Deep dish. That looks amazing. You know, the only problem is it's only a very small piece, Mark.
Yes, there's a. I'm going to try not to gobble the whole thing.
Yes.
And you know what? This kind of pizza, you practically have to eat it with a
Knife and
fork
fork.
because it's too sloppy and too, you know.
Yeah.
Pizza.
I can't handle it. But you know, for frozen, it's fucking good.
Yes.
You don't
Yeah,
ever
nothing-
take your slice and fold it in half so nothing
You can't
falls
do that.
out?
You can't do that with deep dish, Mikey, because it's too thick.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it
This
was
is like
deep
super
dish.
garlicky, which is wonderful.
Garlic good.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff, is it?
What more do you want? Hey?
Oh my God, it's good.
Yeah.
New York pizza is very different than Chicago. They're both really good, but they're very different.
What part of the world is thin crust pizza from?
Well,
I think thin crust is is that Italian or no? They're more thick, aren't they?
we have thin crust here. We have thin.
Yeah,
we have hand tossed. We have deep dish.
Yeah, but I think it might be Italian because I remember margarita pizza is a famous Italian pizza, if
Thin
I'm not
crust.
mistaken, and I think it's thin crust.
New York is like a hand tossed.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey, do you know what ziti is?
Ziti?
Yeah. Or
No.
I'll be back in 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, we call it mastacholi in Chicago. It's basically a tubular noodle, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, like the size of your pinky finger, right?
Yeah.
And it's a tube, and it's just tossed with sauce, and then
Sure.
whatever fillings you want. So
Okay.
I go to New York, and my friend orders a pizza with ziti on it, as a topping. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is the most stupid, retarded thing I've ever seen. He goes, have a fucking bite. I took one bite. I took one bite of that pizza, and I went back and ordered one.
Wow.
Like I left them right there at the table to get it, because I was going to, it was amazing. It's insane what they put on pizza in New York.
Wow.
It was like a bowl of spaghetti almost on top. It was
Yeah, exactly. I can't see how that would really enhance the flavor so much, but
it was amazing.
Texture-wise and stuff.
I got to be honest with you, Marky.
Frank and honest?
I got to be honest with you there. You must realize with the pizza, sometimes deep dish is best, sometimes thin and crispy. Sometimes one secret is that you don't want too many toppings.
So,
You know what I mean?
I usually order thin crust because deep dish is too filling, so too much bread. So I don't usually get it, but as a treat, I will.
Mm.
And Mike, do you have a chain around you called Mod Pizza where you can modify your own pizza?
No.
So
But
we have that here. Okay, we have
Okay.
that here, and it goes to Archie's point of don't put too much. First time I ordered a Mod Pizza, I had to put on almost everything. It was like heaped up to the sky, and it wasn't good. And I learned to just because they have this like giant salad bar of ingredients, and you just tell them what you want, meats and fruit, veggies. And now I keep it simpler, and honestly, it is a little better that way.
Yeah. My favorite pizza of late is just thin crust and sausage and olives with extra olives.
Black or green?
Black.
All right.
And just those two things those two things are perfection on a pizza. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of. How do you feel about pineapple on a pizza?
Yeah,
No.
my mom likes that, so I used to have it with her occasionally. Well, what do they call it? Canadian bacon, which is basically just thin sliced ham, and pineapple is a popular flavor.
Mikey, not thin slice. That's cheap. It's prosciutto. That's proper Italian ham.
What's that?
Prosciutto.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about prosciutto. I was talking about.
We're talking about that cheap Canadian stuff. We want expensive.
Well, they call it Canadian bacon. What they put on pizza, like it's
Ironically, in Canada, they call it pea meal bacon. They don't call it Canadian
It's called
bacon.
prosciutto, and they charge.
Prosciutto on a pizza is fucking good.
Oh yeah, I would imagine so. Prosciutto's delicious. I like it wrapped with grape
expensive.
leaves. You ever had that prosciutto wrapped with grape leaves? And,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
It's a great,
But
great
you mentioned that
antipasta.
Canadian. What's that Canadian
Canadian bacon.
What is
Canadian
that?
bacon. It's like round, thin slices of ham that they put on pizza, along with pineapple and cheese, and those are the two toppings: pineapple and Canadian bacon. But what it really is just basically larger rounds of thinly sliced ham, but they call it bacon. So they call it Canadian bacon. And
Canadian bacon.
it's a very popular. I mean, it's on every menu, in a pizza place around here, for sure.
I object to hot pineapple. I mean, I like a pineapple upside down cake, but I don't like pineapple on a pizza.
Hot pineapple's great.
Ugh. Unless it's in cake.
We got another super chat here. I got another super chat. Here we go. Since Mark and Mikey were talking, okay, we did that one. Patel Philippe, $5. Mark, for how many days will Clive torment Ron and Jin after he is victorious tonight?
How many days will Clyde torment Ron and Jen after? Oh, forever.
What's happening? Who's victorious tonight? Who's winning?
We're talking. Well, we don't know who's winning, but we're talking about the election.
Yes. Oh, Bears just sent me a picture. I'm just going to.
I don't even know what's happening. I'm afraid to turn on the TV or listen to the radio.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be back in a little bit.
Wait,
Mike.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Mike. Mike. Bears just sent me a picture. I don't know what this is supposed to
Good question, Patel.
mean? Here we go. It's just come up now.
Ken, super chat. Nasty, nasty super chat.
Super chat. Ken Fresno, $2. Will we get to enjoy the pizza's exit sound also? What does that mean? It's the last.
He wants to hear me.
Pizza.
He wants to hear me pooping it out.
No. There we go. That's the interesting image there. That's
gonna be a
the
bear
Donald
market.
there.
If we get the Donald, it'll be a bear market. God knows, Biden, you all hate him, but he's been amazing for the
Economy.
The stock market is so up.
Yes, stock market. Yes, stock market has been incredible, hasn't it?
Well, that's where my superannuation is, so I kind of care.
Ah, yes. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Whereas yours is in a HELOC and in a carport.
Yeah. It's funny. I asked the guy, could he come after lunch? They come early. You can't tell them to fuck off and come back later. You know what I mean? Like,
they never come back.
They never. Yeah, you don't argue with tradies. You know what I mean?
No, you thank them. You get on your knees and kiss the ground when they arrive.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I've been watching this channel. It's a plumber, and it's called like Drain Cleaning Australia. I don't know why I like it.
Hey, I got a fraudster trying to ring me. I'm just going to ring a fraudster.
Uh-oh.
A fraudster. This person's trying to defraud me.
Put it on speaker. Probably fella.
Oh, call declined. Look at that.
I thought it was fella with a low ball offer.
Fella with a low ball offer. Yes.
That's his specialty.
That's it. Low ball offers, hey?
Oh, yeah.
That's the way it goes, isn't it, hey? Scammers and let's have a stick. I'm just having a bit of a sticky beak. Oh, the signs are just having a look. They're just having a look what's happening in the election. I'm just going to bring it up from an Australian site.
Let's have a peek.
Just give a bit of a. Actually, it's they're saying that's a huge swing, deeply ominous early sign for Kamala Harris.
That's a little early to know anything.
They got first states called. First polls in the US have closed and the counting has begun, with election night officially underway.
What
Okay,
website is that?
That's news.com. That's the Rupert Murdoch. You know Rupert Murdoch?
Well, yeah, they hate her. So, go to CNN and you'll get the other side of it.
Oh, I see. Rupert Murdoch, they like Harris, don't they?
No.
Don't they?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
It's hard to tell.
Remember when J.D. Vance said he would not certify?
Look at this. Passenger plane catches fire.
Ooh.
Fuck, that's a dangerous thing when a plane catches fire.
Look,
you know that?
worry. I mean,
when they catch fire, you're kind of fucked, aren't you?
Hey, I just want to, mention to the punters.
Air. Where is that? Where the fuck is that?
Guess who has to certify the election, guys?
Who's that?
Harris. She's the vice president. Vice president certifies the election. J.D. Vance said he would not have certified in 2020. I think Kamala probably took that to heart. Good advice.
Yes. I see. It's the vice. Wow. This is in Indonesia. Oh, look at that nasty stuff. You want to get off the plane ASAP.
Remember when you screamed at the pilot about the turbulence?
Turbulence.
Wasn't that on Thai Airways?
It wasn't turbulence. It was the fact that they fucking had an oil problem. But Pavel, $2. How much is the passport running you, Arch? You know what? Everything is expensive now. It's about 10,000 Aussie dollars. Fucking expensive.
Why need a carport?
I don't like to leave the heat is so hot here, and the Honda's in the sun all day. I don't like that.
How old's that Honda?
Honda's 10 years old.
What, all of a sudden? You know?
No, it's been out for a couple of, because got the BMW. Since I had the BMW, it's been out, and I don't like to leave it out.
I thought you were moving to Kuala Lumpur. Or Shenzhen.
That's Shenzhen's got shit internet. And
stay
Kuala
home?
Lumpur, I'm trying to, I'm just covering a few things. But cool. There you go. That's the news. That's the news. You lose. World news. Let's have a look. World news. Horror exit poll signed for one candidate. What the fuck? That's just what does that mean? Horror exit. What's the exit? The first exit giving insight. Given how tight, it's highly likely the outcome will be known. The outcome of election will be known today. It's highly unlikely the election.
Let's pull up the U.S. electoral map again and take you to one of America's fastest growing states, and that is Nevada.
Nevada.
Only 6 electoral votes.
That makeup doesn't look good on Trump, does it? Don't you think?
Nope.
Does that look good on him or not? What do you
Oh my
think
God!
of that makeup?
There's
Fuck.
some that are. That's actually a flattering picture.
Fuck. What is that stuff?
Spray tan.
It's not real, is it? Or what is it?
No, it's spray on tan.
What do you want that for?
I don't know. He likes it.
Has anyone had the guts to tell him it looks terrible?
You got me. That's actually a flattering picture. In some pictures, they misapply it, and then there's white streaks all around the edges.
Because doesn't that... Okay.
Ken. Ken says my skin is better.
She's got a smile there. She's okay.
There's Mamala.
It's a difficult thing there. Look, it's fucking hard to call, isn't it? Jesus Christ. I wish this thing would be over quickly, because you're hurting the super chats. These guys are hurting the super chats.
All right, I'm going to have a quick look at CNN.
Votes, but Nevada packs a punch. Take a look at this. Since 1980, it has voted for the winner in every election but one, and that was 2016. Recent elections in Nevada have been close. When Hillary Clinton won the state in 2016, despite losing the presidency, she carried it by just 2 points.
Interesting conversation.
The only thing that matters are what we call the swing states, Archie, because there's 50 states, and a lot of them are very predictable. Like it's known they're going to go for this one or that one. But then there are these states which swing depending on the year or the election. And those states have a lot of electoral votes, which means there's 7 of them. And those 7 states are going to determine the outcome of this election. It's Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and a couple others.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't think it's going to make a world of difference which side wins, really, is it?
Well,
actually, I'll tell you something funny.
Yeah,
my dad's
girlfriend
is super right wing. Right? Okay, let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Super right wing. She was so pro Trump, it just made me. It made me nauseous. Okay.
You were pro Trump. All I remember is you being pro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Mark. I was pro Trump until he started acting like a bit of a dick. You know.
I understand. I see.
But anyhow, my dad's girlfriend is so pro-Trump, so pro. And then what happened was the only problem is she happens to be Ukrainian as well.
Mm-hmm. Haven't the
so all of a
Pluto
sudden
men-
she's come out? Listen to this. She's come out as a Harris supporter.
Oh, well,
Talk
you know,
about
but too
eating
bad she
dog
can't
shit.
vote.
Talk about eating dog shit.
Are you saying that we might carry Brisbane?
No,
Democrats
no.
are going to carry
she's
Brisbane.
in Florida. She's in Florida. She's
Is
American.
she American?
She's American. She's American.
Well, it doesn't matter how she votes because Florida is such a Republican state that there's a strong Democrat presence there, Miami and a few other places, but it doesn't matter. Florida is definitely a win for Trump, and it's an important state for him because it has a lot of electoral votes due to the population density there.
Yeah. Look, it's
But she's Ukrainian. Haven't the Pluto men been buffaloed enough times by Ukrainian women now? Hasn't your family learned this is not a good idea?
No. They will never. Men will never learn. Okay.
Well, that is true. There's only one way to protect yourself, boys. Ask Doc. Doc knows the way. Doc BBW. He's the man with the plan on how to protect your assets.
I like Doc. Doc's a cool guy.
Oh no, he's a wonderful guy. He's my
Tell me
Bubba.
this, Marky.
Mm.
Watches. What's happening with the watches? Is anything going to change after the election? Would you wear a different watch depending on who wins?
Well, I wore my Lucky Hulk tonight. A green shirt, green dial. We'll see how that pays off, if at all. But no, I don't. I think the economy, although the technicalities of it are good, I think the confidence in it needs to increase. And what's going to happen is, look, inflation is very low now, and inflation has been tamed. But before you kill me in the comments, guys, the fucking food prices went up like stupendously high and have not come back down. So although we have lower inflation, we have high cost of living. Rents went up, interest rates went up if you want to buy a house or a car. Gas a little bit expensive. It's not at its peak, but it's a little pricey. So I think people don't feel good, They don't feel good about spending money. They're worried. So they're not spending the way they would normally. And what that means is if you want to watch at the AD, your chances are a little better than they were in the last few years. They are definitely a little better than they used to be.
Yes.
You
Yes. Tell me this: your AD is your friend, or he still carries on with the bullshit?
No, my AD is very upfront with me. I mean, as okay, they still speak in AD language, and by that I mean if I ask for a watch, and they think they're going to do it, they can do it. They'll tell me, we'll get back to you, but we hope to be able to do that for you soon. They're never going to say yes, because what if they don't have it? What if they don't get it? What if he didn't realize that, there's a line? But I have to say the AD that I use, I have sent a lot of punters there who live in the Chicagoland area who have reported getting watches or at least being treated really well. And that's my guys over at James & Sons. So I really liked them. And there's other ADs around here, of course. But some of these places are going to laugh at you. And I just find that James & Sons has just taken the people I've sent there seriously. But no, I don't think they play games with me. But if I ask for something outrageous, like if I were to ask them for a Meteorite Pepsi, I think what they would tell me is...
Good Lord. Could you even do it? You shouldn't be buying Meteorite Pepsis with the way the economy's going. Fuck.
Yeah, but actually,
that's not even going that much.
I beg to differ. Oh, come on. Isn't it well over? Let's look. I think it's well over. I think you make money on it's well. I'm sure it's well over anything Meteorite and Rolex is well over.
I was talking to a dealer last night. He said to me, even the Snoopy is only $1,000 US over retail in Australia.
Crazy. But I mean, like I said, if I were to ask for like something like super crazy hot like that,
like a Panda,
Well, they did sell me a Panda. So if I asked for another Panda of the new generation, I think they wouldn't say yes. They wouldn't say no. What they would say is, we'll try really hard for you, but it might be a while. And then I won't hear anything. But then years later, maybe I will, you know. But that's not AD bullshit. That's just ADs being careful not to make promises that they can't, you know, keep. Now, mind you, I do know what you mean.
A lot of ADs have been forced into a corner because they've been forced into luxury prestige shopping malls.
Oh, yeah, they have. That's true.
Rolex has really tried to make the brand up. And the problem is it's very expensive.
They will not let them
turn down what Rolex offers you. What they give you as stock, you have to take and pay for.
You do, right? Listen, if you're in a upscale shopping center that over the course of years starts renting to nail salons and, you know, hair salons, and they put a drugstore in that same upscale shopping center, Rolex is going to tell you, you have to move. And so whatever your rent is or whatever you own there, you're going to have to start all over and spend a lot of money. So it is not an easy thing to be a Rolex AD. They have to spend an enormous capital expenditure in order to just qualify for that contract and to keep it. And as you say, they don't call up Rolex and go, hey, send me a few of this and this. I need this and I need a green that. Yeah, you'll take what we give you, and that's how that works.
Yeah,
and you'll sell it because if you don't register it and it's just sitting in your inventory, you know, we're going to eventually stop sending you stock. Like, they have to hit targets. It's a bit the ones.
Would you want to be? I mean, I suppose you can make a lot of money having a Rolex agency, but fuck, there's a lot of politics involved.
Listen, I think in order to make that work, if you were doing it like new, you weren't like an old company that had been around for a long time, you're just going to need millions upon millions of dollars to invest. Rolex will bring people into a store. So if you sell diamond rings, you sell gold, you sell jewelry, Rolex is going to get customers into your store. And I think that that's a large part of the benefit to the AD of having Rolex in the store. Also, I mean, no AD will tell you what they make on a Rolex. Rolex won't tell you what the discount is. But I think most people who've been around a while think it's somewhere in the 30 to 40% range. So it's good money. The
problem is they have to do advertising.
Also, they have a budget and they have to.
And they also have to. The funny thing is that when they have a store fit out, you've got to use the Rolex approves.
Actually, they sell you the fixtures, I think.
Yeah. And no, don't sell them to you. They're leased to you. So when you lose your agency, they go back to them.
They take them back.
You don't even own them. You know what I mean? It's really.
I do.
You're fucked.
I'll be right back.
That's okay. That's okay. There's no.
Hello. Hi.
I just got sent a really nice photo by a friend of mine. This is a modest price collection. We've got an election that's going to be a bummer. It's going to be a doozy because you won't be able to buy any more Cadillacs anymore after this. You'll be fucked as fuck die. I'll just show you his. This is the collection that's going to give you an erection. This is the collection for the erection. What do you think of this?
Oh, but that's a lot of nice watches of a certain.
It's got an Air King. That's the older. Oh, no, that's the Crown Guard's Air King. That's the newer Air King. Pelagos. He's got a bright, and I like the yellow.
Yeah.
And what's that thing at the end? That's an MTM. It's a piece of garbage.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. Left-hand side can go. Put something else there, but everything else is good.
It's a nice collection, isn't it?
I have two of them, and I like it. It's a nice collection.
We got a super chat. Michael, $15. Thank you. I have 30,000 Aussie. I have one Rolex, a sub no date. Should I spend most of it on a GMT Master or get two out of an
Explorer 2?
2, Air King or Datejust? I like all of them, but have to spend this gift money. Wow.
Ooh, that's gift money. 30 grand gift money.
Gift money. He didn't tell me whether it's a ceramic or non-ceramic no date sub.
Well, let's imagine it's a ceramic. I mean, that
doesn't really matter.
It's been ceramic since 2010.
So would you buy
11
a GMT, spend most of a GMT Master, or get an Explorer 2 and something else? Do you want 2 or 1?
Fuck! Well, that is a tough... That's a tough decision. Me, what would I do? I'd get the GMT. But I don't know. You couldn't go wrong. You get the Explorer 2 and a Datejust. I'm not a big fan of the Air King, but an Explorer 2 and a Datejust? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd flip a coin on that question. You're not going to go wrong with either decision, right? But
no.
Can't you get a GMT for under 30 grand Aussie? Ceramic.
Yeah, like you can get it. No, well, he's talking. You're going to buy it from a dealer, a Pepsi.
Yeah, but
you get
like
a
a black.
Oh,
Pepsi.
Yeah, they're very. But it's a good question. Would you rather get one Rolex or would you rather get 2? What would you rather do?
Oh man, you know what? I take it back. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna get 2, and the reason is he only has 1 now. If he had a fleshed out collection, well then get the GMT.
See, an Explorer 2 is no piece of shit.
No, it's wonderful. 2, I love mine. I love it.
I think I'd probably go Explorer 2 Polar.
Datejust.
And you could go Milgauss. You could go Air King.
Well, he's asked Air King or Datejust.
Yeah.
He's giving you the options. Yeah. That's what I would do because you'd have a bigger collection. Then you have a 3-piece collection. 3-piece Hunger Buster. Right?
Yes, that's exactly it there.
And then later you go back to that GMT, and then that can be your 4th, but
yes,
3 is better than 2 right now.
No, I totally agree with you there. I totally agree with you there. That's for sure. There's some beautiful stuff around, don't you think?
I do think.
It's I got to tell you, man, there's some really beautiful watches around, and I think you've got to go with something that you love and can enjoy. Looking at this collection behind, what would I do? 1 or 2? You know what? Personally, I don't see the Explorer 2 as being garbage. I love it.
Oh no, it's a great watch.
I personally would go 2, but yet again, having a Pepsi, beautiful. You have a Pepsi, Mark?
I do.
You don't love it?
I should, but I like
ceramic Pepsi.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I like it. I have the Sprite, the Pepsi, and
oh, Doc's just come out.
Doc.
$2. For fuck's sake, keep sub and add Pepsi.
I don't know. I have 3 GMTs. Do I have 3 GMTs? What the fuck do I have? I got a Sprite. I got a Pepsi. What else? I got another one. What else is there? Anyway, I wear the Sprite more than the Pepsi. Oh, and I have the root beer. Yeah, the Pepsi I wear the least of any of them for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Pepsis are a beautiful watch. There's no question of that.
Agreed. Come on, Doc. hop on.
Yeah, get him on here.
Throw the link down.
Throw the link. Yeah, yeah.
Make it
I will throw the link in. Certainly, that's
make
for
it easy.
sure.
There we go. It's the election night special, guys. We're gonna ride it out together.
Yes, we're going to stay here until
the
end.
winner is declared. It might be till tomorrow.
We're going to stay here, Marky. We're not going to leave.
That's it. We're just gonna stay up all night.
Mark, I'm teasing you.
Yeah, no, me too. It's almost past my bedtime.
I know.
I probably.
Mark,
Yeah.
Marky.
Yes, I know.
Marky.
I know.
It's
You
that
gotta
pizza
go.
was good. Did Satan's Kitten have some with you?
No, he doesn't like the same kind of pizza that I eat. Satan's Kitten has the palate of a 5-year-old. If it's not on the children's menu, he's not eating it. And so he'll eat pizza, but not deep dish.
Ah, he likes thin and crispy.
Only thin crusts, only pepperoni, and only from certain pizza places. Very, very weirdly. Oh my God! Good thing he's pretty because he's very quirky.
Quirky, yeah.
Highly quirky. Highly quirky. I mean, what
It's,
kind of a grown man wants a pork bun Starbucks special edition, toy from Hong Kong? But he did, and he knew what it was. Even when he saw it, when you were Gonzo streaming, he's like going crazy because he recognized that as a signature, unique piece, unique only to Hong Kong, and he knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I got it for him. That was good memories when I used to spend money.
Yes.
Those days are over,
Good. You need to, you know what? However, as a result, the one who's being punished here is me because I'm looking at my refrigerator right now and your picture is on it.
I see.
Because now he used to be annoyed and he used to call you the Australian screamer because he'd hear you in the background. But then came that bear, and now your picture, your autograph, everything's all over my fridge, and he's in love with you a little.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
There's more super chats.
There's more super chats. Thank you so much. There we got a super chat. Rich Mitch, $2. Watch talk distracting from world events is heaven. Thank you.
It's true.
And we've got another super chat from NATO, $2. Air King or Oyster Perpetual 41.
Oh.
What color? NATO, it depends on the color. Green, blue, yellow, red. I'd have to go Oyster Perpetual. But the Air King, look at the one in this picture here. It's a beautiful watch. It really is a beautiful watch. And
I'm more of an OP guy. Yeah, but yeah, if you can get a special dial, so much the better.
oh, we got who's joining us here? This is Doc. Doc is joining us. Hello, Doc. What's going on?
Doc.
How's it going, guys? How's it going, Mark?
How's my man?
Hey, it's great to see you. What's happening, Doc?
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. How's my sound, though?
By the way, Doc, I accidentally exited out. I didn't mean to exit. I wanted to say hello to you at the end. I accidentally.
Oh, I just assumed you had things you need to do. No worries.
By the time I came back in, you were gone. And I don't have you on WhatsApp because your phone doesn't support you on WhatsApp.
No, because it's like 800 years old.
800. I know. It's just.
We communicated on WhatsApp. What are you talking about?
Doc actually has one of those phones with its two pieces, like you see in the movies, where he picks the thing up and then he has the one that goes in. He talks into this part and he listens on this one.
I always thought those were cool phones.
Weren't you raised with one?
No, but I do remember because my parents were older and I've got 20 siblings 20 years older than me, but we had a phone that was one of those heavy like concrete phones. The old days they made the phones real heavy, like in the old black and white movies. Somebody would pick up a phone, hit somebody over the head, and
you could kill somebody with,
or you could even kill them.
So
we had one of those phones.
Solid.
And
when you were dialing, Doc, remember if you got towards the end of the number and it was like an 8 or a 9 and you fumbled it, you had
to start all over.
And it was a process. It was a process dialing those damn phones.
Because actually, What I remember is when I was a kid is when they first came out with push button phones. And
Oh,
of
see,
course,
now you're younger than me.
but you had to pay for that. You had to pay for them.
Yes,
So
you did. Yeah.
so naturally, my mom's like, I'm not paying for that. So we had like the old rotary phone. I think we had that into the 80s.
Oh, you know what? I can almost I can sympathize with that because we were the last people in the entire town to get color TV.
Color TV. Patel Philippe, member for 21 months.
God.
Doc, where were the Dems in
When?
the party of the South?
When in the Civil War, right, Doc?
Well,
Yes.
I don't know if he's talking about the Dixiecrat thing, which was around into the 60s, 1960s. I mean, I don't know exactly what he means, but you're right. Maybe he's talking about what you're talking about, Mark.
Well, I mean, from the Civil War well into the 70s when the Klan was down there and the Democrats were, like we had Senator Byrd. What state was he from?
Yeah, he was
one of the
he was a
southern
big
states.
deal. He was a big deal.
He was a powerful senator who was a renowned Klansman. So
although he did say something about how he regretted that. So that made it okay, right?
Eventually. Well, look at Lyndon Johnson, who was a Dixiecrat, and then just like basically strong-armed his party into passing the civil rights legislation.
Lyndon Johnson always seemed like somebody who, if you went deep enough, you'd find out he was in the Klan. I don't know. He just
I don't think so, but I think he was a man of his time and era. And so I'm sure that his prejudices ran very, very deep, but I think he separated his politics and just decided what he wanted to do for the country was different than what his personal feelings were. People don't do that anymore, set aside personal stuff. But yeah, no, I'm sure if you scratch the surface, he was a good old boy. I'm sure of it. But look what he did.
Well, I don't know that it was good, but it is what it is.
Well, I understand.
Did you know Lyndon Johnson was responsible for bringing Muzak into the White House?
Did you know Lyndon Johnson was reportedly he had a huge penis?
Yes, I did know that. Did you ever hear the tape when he called the audio tape of when he called his tailor?
Oh yeah, he needed more room. Yeah.
Between his crotch and his bung, and his bunghole, as he called it.
Yes.
You know who else was reputed to have a giant wiener was
Milton Berle.
Yeah.
Who's Milton Berle, if you don't mind me asking?
Uncle Milty was a famous comedian.
Okay.
He was a comedian that supposedly, I guess, he almost single-handedly established comedy on television. And
wow.
Then they kind of dismissed him. By the time I was a kid, he was a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I remember liking Rodney Dangerfield. That was.
Oh my God, I met him.
Rodney.
Doc, I met him once.
You met him where?
I'm at a comedy club in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. He showed up. I was there with a friend. It was in the 70s, and he showed up and just like surprised even the owner and got up on stage and did a set. It was just he did about 20 minutes, and he wasn't on the bill even. And then he just went to the bar and started drinking. But of course, anybody who went up there, including me, we got autographs and got to talk to him. He was hanging out. Yeah, he was very nice about everything.
He had a reputation of being pretty nice with fans and stuff.
He was very, very nice with the people. And somebody goes, hey, and he was there with a very nice looking woman, blonde, platinum. And somebody goes, hey, Rodney, how's your wife? Because
she's dead.
And that's what she said. That's what he goes, she's dead. That's exactly what he said. Because he used to make a lot of wife jokes.
I love Chevy Chase, but he's apparently not that friendly.
Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
I never found him all that funny.
I like him, but most people don't.
I like Bill Murray more.
I like Bill Murray a lot, but I think
I like that movie Spies Like Us. That was a great movie they were in
I like Chevy Chase because of the vacation movies, National Lampoon. Hey, we got some super chats here to deal with.
Super chats. Where have you been?
Yeah, that's this is
We
the
got.
show.
Oh yes, we got one here. Patel Philippe, $5. Doc, how do you feel John Quincy Adams could have won the election this year?
You know,
speaking of which, Quincy Jones recently died.
Yeah, he just died.
Well, he was 91 years old, I think, or something.
92.
Something like that. 92 years old? Okay.
91. So, yeah, no, wait, sorry, 91. You're right.
He was old enough, though, that you could say, wow, that was a nice long life. Yeah. Maybe it could have been longer, but, 91. So how old was Willie Mays? He was something like 91, 92, something like that. So all these 90-year-olds are suddenly dropping like flies.
My dad just turned 90. Maybe he lived to 100, I hope. Your dad lived to 100.
He probably will. He probably will go to 100, I bet.
Your dad did. Yeah, I hope mine does.
Anyway, John Quincy Adams, I have no idea what party he would be running in. You know what? John Quincy Adams would be kicked out just like Robert Kennedy was kicked out.
John Quincy Adams dates back before there were Republicans and Democrats. I think he was.
I know. So it's like, which party would he be running in? But it doesn't really matter. He'd get kicked out.
Point of order. What you know more or less the first election that involved Republicans and Democrats?
I thought it was. I always think of it as Lincoln.
Yeah, that's right. Lincoln Douglas.
And we've got another super chat here, Yankee Doodle, $5. Do you know who else is known for a giant wiener? Michelle Obama.
That's fun.
I like Michelle Obama, actually.
Oh, everybody likes Michelle Obama.
Actually, there was, it could be true. There was at least one pundit that was saying that, if she ran as a Democrat, if she had been the one, that she easily would have won. But she didn't want to have to deal with all these penis jokes.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the reason.
I'm sure there were other reasons. Like
he did. Really, you know what? I just don't think she's interested. That
right. She just didn't want to be bothered. I mean, they're already.
Yeah. Her life is good. You know what? It must be a monstrous pain in the ass to be president, and you have to have a big ass ego on top of it.
Most people who are trying to run for president are not yet multimillionaires, and so. She's already there, so she could just enjoy her life,
Fair point.
The thing is this, once you are a multi-millionaire, do you really want to fucking run and get you scrutinized? And
well, as Trump.
As far as I know, Trump's the only multi-millionaire who actually ran after being a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough, I got to be honest with you, fame is a nasty thing at times.
If you could have fame or money, which would you want? Well, you have the fame, Arch.
Yeah.
I know. I would prefer taking the money and run.
Yeah, me too, Doc. Because
money's the problem, but you earn more, you pay higher taxes. You don't actually get to necessarily keep more. You got to remember that you don't necessarily.
Well, if I were going to be choosing to become suddenly filthy rich, I would just go for being not greedy. I would just say, okay, I'm a billionaire. With a B.
Hey, Doc, just cover me. I just got to go to the toilet. I want to go to the toilet.
Cover you. Oh my God. I don't have that video clip. It's not here. Back in a minute. That's the perfect clip, but it's not here.
Doc, he keeps leaving. That's the problem here.
Has he left already?
Yes.
Actually.
It's like the third time.
Oh, maybe he's got some prostate enlargement.
Exactly.
Maybe I can give him the business about that when he gets back.
Doc, I think that you and I should be like the model on which America builds itself after this election.
Oh, meaning that we're on opposing sides, but yet we get along.
But we nonetheless we have this giant love affair.
Well,
so
I can't say how you think of me, although I
adore you.
I can. But what I mean is, like, I have plenty of Democrat friends because until very recently I was a Democrat myself.
Some of my best friends are Democrat. You didn't recycle them all.
Well, but I've only lost a couple, but most of them, they just think I'm evil in that regard.
No, you're not evil.
And
misguided a little, maybe.
And it's kind of that's kind of where they are between misguided and evil.
You
Because
don't want bad things.
I
to
was
happen.
a Democrat, so don't get me wrong. I was
You're
a Democrat.
You're a chiropractor. You've dedicated your life to the healing arts.
I used to watch Rachel Maddow every night.
Yeah.
Every night. Until
Do you think you could-
2014, I was watching her every night.
Do you think you could? That was like 10 years ago, though. Do you think you could turn her?
Well, no, that wasn't my point. And no, the answer is no. But my point is that I vividly remember being taught that Republicans were evil. So
Why did you stop drinking the Kool-Aid?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah. Well, he wasn't a Republican, but
no.
What?
But
yeah.
what happened was they cheated Bernie, and I was and I was in his campaign. I mean, I was a volunteer in his campaign. So
Bernie elected Trump. Come at me, bro. Don't you agree?
He did. Bernie elected Trump, and they tried to say that only 10% of Bernie supporters were going to Trump, but I'd estimated about 50%.
I think it's more than 10%, and I also think a ton of people just stayed home because they were so jaded by the DNC and the way they fucked up,
when they ended up, when it was exposed that they had done all the cheating they had done, it was a problem.
I liked Hillary a lot, but I thought she ran lousy.
That's a whole nother matter. We need to have
I know, but hold
off-air discussion about that.
Yeah, no, I know you're not a fan, but I think my point is that she was hated by the Republicans, so she wasn't going to get any crossover votes. She was not especially beloved by the Democrats. And she was hated by the entire progressive wing of the party, which was a Bernie backer or libertarian wing even.
Well, she wasn't hated initially. So speaking as somebody who volunteered for Bernie's campaign and was in his headquarters and all that, initially, like 2014, I remember Rachel Maddow talking about Hillary's probably going to run. And I remember thinking, well, I guess I'll be voting for Hillary. That was just like what I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't know even who Bernie was. But, once it got fleshed out and Bernie was a contender and I'm volunteering for him, the way, if it had been done properly, all the Bernie people could have gotten behind Hillary.
Oh, you're right. But no, it couldn't be done properly because the DNC just basically fucked him.
Well,
and
the
that's
problem
why he held
was
out.
it was sort of out of the hands of the DNC by having Hillary's campaign person in charge of the DNC. She couldn't help but cheat.
Yeah, that's like Laura Trump being in charge of the RNC. But yeah, similar stuff. If you look at what happened with Bernie, he didn't endorse. He held out on his endorsement of Hillary.
Notice I'm going to let that slide. I'm just letting it slide.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Come on.
Laura's not the
Debbie
head of the
Wasserman
RNC.
Schultz is a much bigger. She's a much bigger problem. Even Democrats don't like
Who's
her.
the titular head of the RNC?
But
I'm
but
just
she's still
asking,
down there in
asking.
Florida. She's still down there in Florida.
But yeah, anyway, so Bernie held out, and therefore his people held out, and it was stupid. It was just.
Well, Bernie held out because the polls were showing that Hillary and Trump were like neck and neck. But Bernie was beating Trump by at least 10 points in the polls. And that's the reason he was holding out.
So crazy how that happened.
Because, he was like, look, I'm the guy that can actually beat Trump. But the problem is that the elites and establishments already decided they wanted Hillary. They already decided. Actually, do you really want to know how Bernie caught on? Because Bernie was supposed to be this who knows who he is, and it all goes to Hillary. Bernie caught on because of Facebook. That's the only reason he caught on.
And with young people. But the thing that I don't get is how you can jump from Bernie to Trump, because Bernie can't jump to Trump. Like, it was just.
Well, but you see, in terms of their platforms, it was very similar. See, I'm a platform guy. I don't, I just had a talk today with a Democrat friend who's like, don't you think that Trump should turn it down? And he does a lot of stuff. And I'm like, look, I just want to know, what's the policy? Are we going to be getting out of this war, or are we going into the war? If we're getting out, I'm voting for the guy that's getting out. And like it or not, Bernie's platform and Trump's platform were closer to each other than Hillary ever was to either one.
Okay, that explains it.
And that's the reason why, at least At least at the campaign headquarters I was at least half of them were going to Trump.
I don't bother myself with things as mundane as platforms, Doc.
Platforms.
It's all about, let me guess, feelings.
Personality. It's touchy. It's feelings. Absolutely, it's feeling. And who's
Are
more
we
socially
behind on super chats yet?
And who's
Super
more
chat.
socially
We've got a
liberal?
super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. Doc, what did you order at the Olive Garden when you decided to finally ask that 300-pound baddie that broke your
Ooh. You might want to get adjusted for that, lung thing.
Patel's just working on getting under my skin, and he knows how to do it. And
Because I don't feel like you would eat anything at Olive Garden.
Actually, I have eaten at Olive Garden.
Lately?
Oh no, not lately. But if I go out with a group and they're going to Olive Garden, I can find some. I usually get some kind of pasta, vegetarian pasta.
See, what you guys don't know is that Doc's body is a temple.
Well, I try, but I'm mostly the biggest deal is that I'm vegetarian. So
Well,
if
not
I
only
go
that,
to Olive Garden.
Yes, but you don't eat after 6 p.m.
Well, that's true. That's part of the reason I didn't show up until I did, is I had to make sure to finish eating. But Olive Garden, there's some selections there. Now, in terms of this 300-pound woman who messed up my passenger seat in my Mustang, here's the thing. It's very simple. It was not a date. It was no one I had ever met before. It was a friend of a friend. And the friend was in the car too, but she was in the back seat and would never damage. She was like 5'2" and less than 100 pounds. She wasn't going to damage anything. But yeah, her friend, man, it's like putting a bag of bowling balls in the front seat. It was terrible, terrible. And it's a vintage car, 1965 Mustang. They didn't make the seats as strong as they do now. And people were smaller back then, so they didn't expect anybody 300 pounds in the seat. It was terrible. And I know Patel doesn't mean it, but he's bringing trauma. It's like PTSD for my Mustang. It's terrible, and it did mess up the seat, and I did have to have some repairs on it, and some repairs I should have done that I didn't. But I mean, it's terrible.
Was this
how it is.
After your cousin then wrote the car off?
It was before my nephew smashed it.
So it didn't really matter at the end at all then, did it?
Well, at the end when the car was demolished.
Don't you think it could have been a warning sign for you to be careful?
Yeah, Doc.
It was a warning sign that I shouldn't use the car. Just put it in the garage and make it a safe queen. Just don't drive it. But I couldn't listen. I just had to drive it and actually use it as a functional vehicle, as it was intended.
Did you garage it, Doc, or did you leave it in the rain to get condensation?
Oh no, I garaged it primarily, but sometimes I had no choice.
You're not helping me here.
But the reality is that
work with me, not against me.
The reality is that I'm glad I had those days with my Mustang. And I'm glad I've moved on away from the Mustang, and now I've got the E46, which I like. I thought about even getting an old Mustang again. I was going to get a fastback instead.
Oh, they're a nice car, the fastback.
Yeah, but then my neighbor, he said, don't look backwards, move forwards. Good point. Because I'd be trying to.
Car.
Yeah, and plus, if I really want to get a car and spend money, maybe I should get a Corvette.
How about a Countach?
Well, if I really spent big money, I could consider getting that, or a 911 Porsche, or something a little more substantial than a.
But the thing is, if you get the Countach, you need to get a Rolls Royce to follow you with the luggage.
Yes, that's what he said. Yes,
that's what he said in the interview.
That was funny. He goes, and it'll show up like a day later because the Countach's fast and the Rolls is slow. That made me laugh.
I actually would, for that kind of money, there are other choices, but I know people like the Countach, but yeah.
Well, Doc, it's for the man with the giant ego.
There are other things.
Giant?
Now, Mura, that would be something else. That would be just ridiculous. That'd be the grail of the grail, and I'm done.
Now, Doc, the picture on the screen, if you if you were going to pick one of these watches for yourself, pick one.
Well, that would be easy for me because most of it's sort of on the shitter side, except for the Air King.
Oh, 1 minute there. I got to grab this super chat. Yankee Doodle, $5. I'm staying up late tonight, hoping to see hysterical lesbians crying as "Make America Great Again" walks on stage to declare victory.
Well, you know, regardless of
Hysterical
whether the election
not
was
hysterical.
distorted, not distorted, we always have 2016, and that was the thing about 2016 is all those people at the center crying. You know, Hillary refusing to come out and say anything. Podesta eventually has to go out instead. Yeah, that was something I'll remember forever.
We'll always have 2020.
Well, you guys will always have 2020.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll all have J6. Can we sing the J6 anthem together now, Doc? Do you know the words? Do you know the words?
The interesting thing about January 6th that I just find fascinating is that no one on the Dem side wants to look up insurrection to see how it's defined. Because if they do, then they'll realize it wasn't an insurrection, so they just refuse. One of my buddies, I told him the definition, and he's like, "No, that's not true." And I said, "Would you like to bet? In fact, would you like to bet $100?" And he bet the $100, and he still hasn't paid me.
I would have Googled it first if I were him.
Then one of my other buddies not last night. When was it? I guess it was over the weekend. He starts insisting that Trump had said bleach when he was talking about, you know, the famous thing that they distorted to say he said
disinfectant. He said disinfectant.
But I said he never said bleach. Would you like to bet $100? It's $100. You can afford it because this guy's
he said disinfectant.
He must have Googled it because then he says, "I'm not going to bet you." Like, why not? You were adamant about it. Let's bet.
Hey, Doc, I bet you that Sammy Davis, bet you $100 that Sammy Davis Jr. can bite his eye.
I'm going to bet you $100 that he can't. And I'll just tell you right now because he's dead.
He's dead. That is a compelling reason.
That is a very compelling reason. Yes, that's a very, very...
You know what? You cannot argue with Doc. He's just impossible.
No, Doc.
But I will say this. One of my favorite episodes, I just saw it on YouTube recently. Did you know that Sammy Davis Jr. was on All in the Family?
Yes, with his glass eye.
I don't know. Oh, come on. Well, he was on All in the Family.
He was. The whole point, Doc, was Archie said to him, he offered him coffee, and then he goes, would you like cream in your eye? Because he told everybody, don't say anything about his
don't say anything about the eye. That's right.
Yeah.
Would you like cream in the eye? I do remember that.
Would you like cream in your eye?
I do remember that line. And he just looked at him.
Well, that was that's
like
the only
crazy.
Reason. That's how come I know that Sammy Davis Jr. had a glass eye, because of that episode of All in the Family.
Actually, I ended up Sammy Davis Jr. was a misunderstood actor. So people gave him grief about not being more like Harry Belafonte, who was an activist, right? Political activist. Sammy Davis Jr. was a major political activist, and he did it all quietly. He donated a lot of his money to political causes, all done quietly. No one was supposed to know.
He had some problems, but with money, didn't he? He was.
You mean he got married? Yes, he did. More than once.
Doc's favorite topic.
More than once.
Doc's favorite subject.
So, yeah.
Doc, how do we protect our assets as men? Go ahead, tell us.
Oh, you mean besides don't get married?
There we go. I mean, isn't that it?
That's actually the major take home. You know, if you want to double your income, that's what you do.
Well, you know what they say in America. What's the easiest way to become a multi-millionaire?
Get married or
get married.
Get married as a billionaire. Exactly.
No, get hit by a car.
This is from the ladies' point of view. They can very, very easily
still get hit by a car.
Still get hit by a car. Yes. Yeah.
That is the American dream. You have somebody run a red light and smash into you and break your leg, and next thing you know, you got a $2 million lawsuit. Boom, you're set for life.
Archie, 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 Archie.
We got a super chat. Herman Rants, $5. Public service made the Obamas filthy rich. Their sprawling palace on Martha's Vineyard is a flex. No concern for climate change.
Well, you know, he brings up a good point. You know, he's one of, because the Obamas do go on and on about climate change. Maybe not as much as John Kerry, but it's kind of up there. But why are all these people buying beachfront properties if they think that they're going to get all flooded due to climate change? Just something to think about.
Because they're old and they don't worry about what's going to happen in 100 years.
Or maybe they know it's fake. You know, like if you go and if
Like
you
the
go
moon
to,
landing.
did you know if you go to Plymouth Rock, the rock is still there? Did you know that?
I think it's a fake rock.
Well, it's still
there
there,
by
meaning
astral-
it
by
hasn't
astral
been
projection.
it hasn't been flooded yet by climate change.
Hmm.
So all these hundreds of years, it's still there. It's almost like they're lying to you about climate change. What's this avatar mean anyway? I don't know if that's a politically correct avatar.
It's a nasty, it's a weird avatar there, isn't it?
It's kind of nasty. It's a bit nasty.
Is that supposed to be Obama smoking something there? Is that what that is?
No idea what it is. I can't work it out, Doc.
I don't know. It
You're
might
the
be
brains
bad.
trust.
Might be
You're
bad.
the brains trust, Doc.
We can never know what Herman is rants about, so we never really know.
No.
I can't
No,
remember.
Herman-
Does Herman really like Mark?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that solves that.
Ever since I rejected his advances.
Oh. Now, speaking of rejecting advances, I think you were talking about your partner there, Satan's Kitten. And just remember, because we had a long talk about it, just remember that I've never seen anybody love any other person as much as I've seen him love you.
You know, he's such a doll. Don't tell him.
I'm
He's so
just
crazy.
saying. I'm just
He's
saying. Now you can say he's not perfect because no one is, but on that point, I mean, you know, once you have that, now you have something to work with.
I tell him all the time he's not perfect, but he's perfect for me.
Every straight guy has the same desire or wish, but in a female.
I'm not going to tell all the stories that Mark has told, but I can tell you, listening to just some of those stories, you go, man, I've never known anybody loving anybody like that.
You know, we have a deal. When I die, Satan's Kitten is going to wrap himself in linen, drench himself in clarified butter, and jump on my funeral pyre. That's our deal.
Wow.
Well, I will say this: he's going to have, and this I don't know why you're assuming you're going to go first, but anyhow,
Well, because I'm much older.
He's going to assume I'm going to assume, sorry, that he's going to be mourning for years. And it's very sad to think about, but that's what's going to happen.
Have you ever seen those little old Sicilian women whose husband die and then they wear nothing but black for the, like Queen Victoria?
Yes, that's him. That's him.
The problem is
absolutely
he likes color a whole lot. So,
well, he might have to
Make
splash
fun
it
of
up
you.
a little bit.
You're a
He might
dog
have-
trainer.
He
He'll
might
wear
have
nothing-
to splash it up a little bit.
yeah, no, Doc, he'll wear nothing but pink for the rest of his life.
Well, or maybe he'll wear black with splashes of color. But let's not really think about it except for
I know, right? Maybe he'll leave me before then.
There is
Nah.
that joke about someone like yourself going to the doctor to get their checkup and everything and saying,
Someone like myself? What do you mean, tall, dark, and handsome?
it could be that. Could be that.
How Republican have you become? You can't say the word gay. Go ahead, say it. I dare you.
You know, I have a nephew that's gay.
Oh, he said it. Look at that. Really? Tell me more.
But
Tell me more.
we end up having our debates from time to time.
Of course you do.
You know, and I'm not Republican, by the way.
Yeah, well, I know.
And in fact, I'm a registered Democrat.
You're a Trumpian.
I'm registered Democrat because, well, there's multiple reasons I haven't switched it, but it started out, the only reason I switched to Democrat was because they required that to vote for Bernie. So I had to switch to a Democrat to vote for Bernie. Before that, I was green. I was green for years.
I see, and I understand.
Yeah,
now back to your Mike. Mikey? Mike?
Mike? Yeah. What?
What?
Nothing. Forget it, man.
Doc.
Forget I said a word.
Mikey, ask Doc about his nephew.
Whose nephew?
Doc.
What?
Oh.
What?
Exactly.
You know, what the heck is that watch on the far left?
No, that's
an MTM.
That's a
MTM, I think. Yeah.
Garbage.
Oh God.
Boot that one out. We don't even know what that is.
You know, I never really liked the Air King, the old Air King, but by adding the 0 and also the crown guards, but by adding the 0 on the dial, I think I like symmetry. By adding that 0, it makes it balance out, and I like that watch.
Oh, it's just awful.
Well, I know you don't like it, but I would take it. I would take it. I would wear that. I would have no problem wearing that. It reminds me a lot of an Explorer, and you like the Explorer.
Yes.
So what is it about an Air King that
it's those numbers? Like? It's those freaking numbers. It looks like a speedometer. It's too confusing. Is it 40 o'clock? I don't like all those numbers.
Ignore the numbers.
I can't. They're big. They're all over the place.
But you know how to tell the time. You don't have to even look at the numbers to tell the time.
That's true. But I don't want to have to think to myself, the big hand is on the 3 and the little hand.
You have a Submariner. You have a Submariner that has no numbers at all. And heck, you have a Pelagos, don't you?
Well, I do, and I actually have.
It's right next to the Pelagos has not even one number on the dial.
I have watches with Arabic numerals also. Okay, but they're the correct numbers. These are the wrong numbers.
What do you mean they're the wrong numbers? It's 369. 369. What's the problem?
Yeah. What the fuck is 25 o'clock?
Ignore that.
Why should I have to ignore? Why should I have to ignore?
You got the main numbers are 3, 6, 9. They're right there.
Which is confusing. It's right now. It's 4:45 right now. What is it? 12. It's 11. It's 11 and a half minutes before 5 o'clock on that watch right now.
You're just trying to be confused. I mean, this is basically an Explorer. I mean, if you took this dial and painted out those numbers, and
if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
That's right.
That's a big if it didn't have all those fucking numbers all over the place. But it does.
This watch is a dictionary on the dial, but once you get it on the wrist, you'll forgive that dictionary. It's an outstanding watch.
Have you ever wore one, Mikey? Did you go try one on?
Mikey's talking about the Pelagos, but we were talking about
is this not a Pelagos?
Yes, but we were talking about we were talking about the Air King, but yes, it's a Pelagos. It is.
Oh, all right. Well,
No,
right.
Change the subject.
You're right. There is a Pelagos right in the center. There is a Pelagos.
Yeah,
we were talking about the Air King next to it.
It's true, and you don't notice the text. You just don't. Mikey's right.
Yeah.
Of course he's right. Of course he's right. Just again, he's all Chingao. Of course he's right. But
Chingao, motherfucker.
It's I don't understand you, but then again, that's okay.
I
Everybody has
thought
to have a preference.
I thought the conversation had bumped over to the Pelagos. Excuse me.
No, I was using that as an example because I know
Okay.
he likes his Pelagos.
Yeah, so that's I think maybe what spurred my comment. So in any case,
Oh no, I wasn't faulting because we were all over the map between the Air King and the Pelagos.
Yeah.
So, but I just don't understand why you don't like the Air King. It's so much like an Explorer, and you like the Explorer.
Oh no, I like the Air King just fine.
Did you try one on?
No. Is it 40 millimeters or bigger?
I think it might be 39. What's the Air King there, Archie? Is it 39 or 40?
The Air King itself there, it was the Explorer 1, which was
39.
39, because the Air King had a similar case to the Milgauss. Remember that? 40, always 40.
So that's 40. So you could wear that, Mikey. It's a 40.
Yeah.
Does it have too many numbers for you? Because it really confuses Mark.
Yeah, Mark has a problem. He might be dyslexic or something.
It is true.
I love that though. Is it 40 o'clock?
Now, guys, breaking news. Trump has picked up Florida, as expected, and Harris also is expected as one. Massachusetts and Maryland, battleground states, are too close and too early to call.
Yeah. Well,
So the count is beginning now. I think I don't.
We're doing a show after this show. We're doing a show.
Well, we're staying up all night. All right, Arch?
The phone is ringing as we speak. In fact, I have to take
fine.
the call.
No.
Let me put it on mute.
Yeah, no, that's fine, guys. Well, let's wrap this baby up there.
Wrap this fucker up.
And the show. Let's go through and thank the people who super chatted tonight. We have got Patel Philippe, Little Dave, Patel Philippe, Little Dave, Little Dave, Little Dave, Patel Philippe, Little Dave, Patel Philippe, GB, Patel Philippe, GB, Fella, Patel Philippe, Pavel, Fella, Patel Philippe, Fella, Patel Philippe, Pavel, Fella, Pavel, Yankee Doodle, Patel Philippe, Ken Fresno, Pavel, Michael, Doc BBR, Rich Mitch, NATO, Patel Philippe, Yankee Doodle, Patel Philippe, Yankee Doodle, and finally, Herman Rants. Guys, remember to upvote. This is the show for today. Whoever wins.
There's another super chat, really?
Yes, late breaking super chat.
Breaking news. Herman Rants, $10. How does 8 years of a president's salary enable the purchase of such a high-end piece of prime real estate? Big Mike and his husband confirmed Don's desire for Michael to be a senator. With that, we're going to wrap her up. And
I think Herman is trying to say that it wasn't all on the up and up.
Yeah, it's that's how it goes, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, a lot of presidents have become millionaires off of the presidency, and that's not a good thing. But that's just
the first one. The first one who did it, Doc?
Was it Truman?
No, it was Ford. Ford went on a
I was kidding.
Tour.
I was kidding because Truman was like the guy who said you shouldn't be making money on politics.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, Ford went out and went on a speaking tour for like millions of dollars right after.
He was a CIA guy, so I'm not surprised.
Ford? No, he was a congressman.
Well, he was approved by the CIA. Let's say that.
Oh.
He was part of the Warren Commission. Then he became president. He was.
We're opening a whole can of worms here.
Okay, guys, we'll be back tomorrow.
What? Back tomorrow?
President is. Love you.
Just when it was getting good.
Remember, Doc, don't get upset. Stay calm, Bella.